We're going.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
Is there a problem, people?
No problem at all, Mrs. Kennedy.
We were just discussing ideas of what to do with the new Prince Eric movie.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
There you are, Miss Kennedy, the linguine and clam sauce.
Excuse me, I believe I asked you to put a chick in this and make her gay.
Yes, the chef was a little confused what you meant by that.
It means put a chick in the linguine and make her fucking gay! And I want it lame!
You look goofy.
That gay man can sing.
This is a great man bun song screen, right?
Oh, he is. He is. Welcome, everybody, to our very first live stream with 1 million subscribers. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Hail to the fellowship. Hail to the 199. Hail to everybody out there who decided to join us on this really strange ride we're on, which started out as reviewing obscure television shows and turned into a culture war thing. I didn't see that coming, to be honest with you. But thank you again. You guys rock. Yeah, I just wanted to play that song to kind of rub it into Dan, but it also kind of rocks. So he did a great job. And Dan lost. Dan is the first loser. And I promise we will not stop roasting each other on Twitter. That will continue. That will absolutely continue. Chris, you're looking very LA today. What's up, my brother, Chris Gore?
I'm excited to be here and just excited. I was watching live on Geeks and Gamers Daily, Gingy Daily on Monday when it like happened while you were on the stream. It was crazy because you were like 4,000 away and it just sort of just soared. It was great. So that was really cool. And getting the ring, your ring of power, the $1 million ring, the million subs ring. It's so great. Love it. Can't wait to see it in person in Vegas. And yeah, I'm wearing these glasses are Oakley glasses that are a reproduction of the glasses that Cyclops, Scott Summers, James Marsden wore in the first X-Men movie. I spent $300 on these glasses from Oakley. It's the most I've ever paid for a pair of sunglasses, but I thought I'd break them out because I know today we'll probably talk a little bit about X-Men 97. So
I've actually paid. I've paid more. I've paid more.
I've paid more too.
Because they're prescription,
Oh,
which makes it so much, which makes it hurt to lose. But they're rad. And yes, Chris and I both did X-Men 97 drop today, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit. But some unexpected, bigger news happened. But first, by the way, it's hump day. It's a nooner. I hope you all had your own personal nooner before this one. You know, always want to get that in. You can always get it in later. It doesn't have to be noon to have a nooner. And and when it comes to the subscriber thing, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Am I right, ladies? That's right.
And everything in between. Just people putting it out there.
Yeah.
A lady cares, okay?
Excellent.
Hi,
Goo.
I decided to pull up my gong for the 1 million subscriber.
Yeah.
Congrats, Gary!
You gotta say it. You gotta say it in Asian, though. Come on.
Oh, okay. Oh, congratulations, Gary.
Just hits a little better. That's all, you know.
That's what she said. But I'm so happy to be a part of this and help anywhere I can. And yeah, also happy 400th Nooner episode.
Whoa! I forgot. Hey, just real quick, like none of this happens without Quarter Black Garrett, without Perry Chan, without X-Ray Girl, without Mrs. Nerdrotic, without Lady Gravemaster, the Nerdrotic team. I'd be useless without them. So big round of applause for Team Nerdrotic. So diverse. So diverse. Hiring veterans and Canadians, and which is also special needs. That checks 2 boxes. And
Okay, which Canadian? I don't know. I'm special needs adjacent.
yeah, because you're Canadian. So there you go. I'm kidding, Canadians.
I meant Mark.
Oh, I completely forgot about Peg Leg. Yeah. Oh, he's coming to Vegas, right? Is he coming to Vegas?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, good. We can drive around with him so we can get all the good parking
bring
spots.
His parking pass.
Yeah. Yes. Good.
That'll help.
Chris.
Yes.
Freaking Star Wars, dude. So I don't think it's arguable at this point. It's just an objective truth that the most entertaining thing about Star Wars is roasting it now. It's more entertaining than actually watching it.
Yeah, it's I mean, obviously we're gonna go through the trailer again for those who haven't seen it because why not? It's a lot of fun. Although I really did love you guys EFAPing the Rebel Moon Part 2 trailer because you paused it every 2 seconds. I loved it. Actually, that was really funny.
People were getting mad. Like a couple of people.
I love it.
We're like, play the trailer. It's like, dude, do you know who one of our co-hosts is?
Yeah, Mahler was there. But No, that new trailer just, I mean, does that owe anything to Star Wars? I mean, it's like the whole conceit about inclusive, which always sounds like a good idea. Like, yeah, like more people at the table. It always excludes. It means the opposite of what it means. Back to my comment earlier about people being nice. I have the biggest a-holes that I've ever met are the nicest to your face. So that's why I never have trusted that. That's why I prefer like a, I see the way Jeremy, like, it's like, that's just more real to me. I trust that better. But yeah, no, this trailer is just, I don't even know. And where it fits, it's High Republic, which objectively bombed. If you look at the numbers of sales when it comes to the High Republic books that were put out, they put a bunch of those books out. I always go back to that, like, remember that like whiteboard they had with all the dumb things that dinosaurs, diversity. It was just like, that's not even, if you're focused on that, which tells us that almost every industry is dying from DEI. I think that's going to be the name. We're starting a new column on Film Threat. Alan has the D files. I'm going to do a show called, or a column on filmthreat.com called Hollywood is DEI-ing, right? It's all the secret stuff that people are sending me, the stories that I get both told to me in public, the emails I'm getting, the newsletters. This is such, it's destroyed everything, including our beloved Star Wars, represented by this show. What was Leslie Headland's qualifications before she made this? What made you think this is the person we have to bring on to make new Star Wars? Is this person because of her previous work? Nothing. There is zero. Just like the woman who's doing the Rey movie, right? There's no qualification. But yeah, and that it's got to be a call from somebody there. That but no, it saddens me that there used to be this thing, and we're gonna seek out someone who's like right for this, who's gonna like do a kick-ass job. Their previous work has showed us that they have an affinity for genre. They understand Star Wars. That's not what it is. It's all agenda, and Acolyte is the pinnacle of all of that.
It really is. It encapsulates it some more. And I've heard, because we were saying it was going to be the Marvels of Star Wars, but I think a better description, and I did not come up with this, is it's the Eternals of Star Wars. And it will just be a fart in the wind. And the fact that we have this narrative that Disney's really going to turn things around, and you don't want to shake up Bob Iger's plan, and they still release this, tells you they're full of shit. They're just telling, listen, the culture war within the audience, within the general audience, people are sick of it. They're freaking over. They're over woke Hollywood. They're over all this crap. The corporations that make it are not. They still fundamentally believe they are right, and they are just telling you what you want to hear, what I want to hear, while they continue to quietly. Razorfist just did a fucking banger video this morning about Gamergate 2.0, and he's right. Like, Anita never went away. She quietly just went behind the scenes. That's what's been happening. That's what Sweet Baby Inc. has kind of exposed. But Sweet Baby Inc. is nothing compared, because they're just a third-party company. The corporations that have completely fallen to the Marxists and the activists have those departments within, and they're not getting rid of them. They're shuffling them around. They're naming them something else, but they're not getting rid of them. But we need to keep destroying them, because whatever makes them change, I don't really care, and it'll ultimately destroy them. Not to get to the end of this stream, but I want Bob Iger to get everything he wants. That's what I want at this point. I don't think Peltz and that other guy could really do anything. And we'll discuss George in a minute. I want Bob Iger to get everything he wants, because that will ensure their destruction. As much as they have their beliefs, I have my beliefs that it will ensure their destruction.
I just think that you can only go so long without, losing money and losing audience. This is the thing. In order for a franchise, which is why it's wrong think in terms of wrong think. Maybe that's not I'm not using that word correctly. What I mean is it's they've got the wrong philosophy. I feel like that if you ask any kids. Ask kids what they're into. The top of mind is not going to be Star Wars. It's going to be Fortnite. Okay.
Yeah.
Fortnite action figures. You don't see those on sale. You don't see them with orange stickers on them for sale. Fortnite is, we don't talk about video game stuff enough. And I'm not to plug my show after your show. I'm going to
plug your show after my show. It's fine. Okay. Go ahead.
On Hollywood everyone's talking about Sweet Baby Inc. and I have opinions on that. I'm going to save them unless we start to talk about it. But a lot of people don't know this. I was the editor-in-chief of a video game magazine in the 90s called Video Games Magazine. Started a whole division of magazines while I was at Larry Flint Publications.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in a very public fight with someone you might know, the then Attorney General of the state of California in 1995. His name was Daniel Lundgren.
Yes, Dan Lundgren. He's from San Diego. Yeah.
Oh, total prick. He was a Democrat, and he led this whole fight against violence in video games. Now, I got in this huge fight with him because I wrote a response. He sent out this letter. I dug up old issues of Video Games Magazine.
I remember that. My God.
I was the editor. Not a lot of people knew this. So I wrote a whole thing because he sent out this warning to the video game industry. If you do not begin to censor your violent video games, the government is going to come in and do it. This is Attorney General of the state of California. And he was running up to, but he was going to try to run for governor. I don't know if you remember this.
I remember.
Okay. So I'll tell the whole story. It's long and involved. And I ended up meeting him in person.
Oh, good.
Interesting story. So he wrote this thing. So I wrote a response to his little release to the industry where I took a finishing move from Mortal Kombat where you rip out the spine and I put Dan Lundgren's face on it. And then I wrote a response and I described it. I said, look, and I know, like when it comes to fighting video games, you don't win by button mashing, right? You just don't win. You have to be strategic. You have to really plan out your moves. It's like a form of, I describe high-speed chess. It's high-speed chess. That's what it is. So it involves strategy and a lot of thinking. And I tried to explain that to him. Anyways, I'll tell the story. I'm sorry, I've already gone on too much. I derail the show every time. I
derail the show. I was very interested in what you were saying.
Well, because I thought
Am I louder?
Dan Lundgren
Hang on.
From 95. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to tell the story and then give my thoughts on Sweet Baby Inc. because this stuff pisses me off. And this is also, and it's back end government interference because what they're finding out, what's being revealed is that Paul Chato revealed it, talking about how these Canadian companies the government is actually involved in helping them. So this is more government interference in our entertainment. The call against violence in video games was a big deal in the 90s. And now this is just a different back end way in. And it's all being done under the guise of doing good.
Oh, protecting our children. Yeah, exactly, dude. No. And I think it's Razorfist went into it in his video. He's gone into it in the past. We've gone into it in the past. The seeds of this go way back. Clinton administration. So I think it'd be really good for you to break down. No, I think it's fascinating. And that's how we lost. That's how they absolutely basically took over every institution and industry. The only thing they haven't completely taken over yet is gaming. That's why now gaming is the big dog. $184 billion with a B dollars of revenue last year. That dwarfs Hollywood. If you combine Hollywood and the music industry, it dwarfs that, as Matt Walsh said. And as I tweeted today, Matt Walsh tomorrow will be the first person to ever talk about the downfall of Star Wars. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I don't even have a problem with like Matt Walsh. It's like his audience is different. It's a different audience. If they're aware of it, I think that's a good thing. What I don't like that Matt Walsh does is he talks down to gamers.
Well,
he doesn't understand that it's like there are people his age.
I don't give a
lot
shit
of games.
about a neocon. I seriously don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what he thinks. I don't really give a shit. That's why it was a joke mostly. Other people can make peace with him, and my friends have, and that's totally cool. Don't give a shit. what that guy thinks. Yes, he does look down. He does talk down, and he wants to try to like do these drive-by commentaries. And all of a sudden, we're blessed with his commentary. Fuck that shit. I don't buy into that at all. So no, neocon, uniparty, all the same fucking thing to me. Dan Lundgren, Matt Walsh, they're all the fucking same thing to me. Right. And hey, as Razorfist pointed out, Joe Biden, our president, went after video games in 2013. Okay, and let's not forget Al Gore and Tipper Gore.
Tipper
the
Gore.
PMRC. These are all Democrats, by the way.
Yeah, notice it's Democrats. It's actually really disconcerting.
Both. Yeah, so yeah. Screw that. I don't care. But I just threw up a joke on Twitter. I thought it was funny. That's all. It's interesting. It's interesting that's hit. I'm glad it's hit the zeitgeist, and I'm glad and Wokeness is tweeting about it, and Libs of TikTok, and Elon is signal boosting. I'm totally happy about that because at least we have a platform which is not perfect, run by an imperfect person, running a counter to the narrative, and it's done nothing but help. Okay, it's not perfect, and demanding perfection I think is kind of a fool's errand, but I'd love it too, but it's just not reality. But if we have a platform out there that's running a counter to the narrative that's big enough to really make the other ones look foolish, especially when they should be in competition. Giant corporations should be in competition and try to do different things. And isn't it strange that ABC, CBS, and NBC all did the same fucking things for decades? And we didn't think that would bite us in the ass at some point, So it's good that we're talking about it. And it's good the truth is out there, and then we can debate it. Matt Walsh can forget about it in 24 hours, or he's probably already has, and we'll continue to talk about it. It's fine.
It bothers
me. In front of our fucking toys.
It bothers me a little bit that the Daily Wire, which I think does good, like at the end of the day, even Ryan said it's a net win, but I feel like they're just Ben Shapiro reviews Dune Part 2. Like they're always sort of creeping in on things that they don't have expertise in. And to me, it's very obvious. And I'm like, all right, well, it's fine that it's that's getting to a different audience. I don't know that the Venn diagram of the audience of the Fellowship and Daily Wire is that much of a crossover. So, but it does sort of annoy me. It's stick to the things that well, and then go with that.
Yeah, I promise whatever. I will not get into any overseas conflicts. You have my promise, okay?
Yeah, you're not going to drop a Ukraine video, Gary?
I'm not going to be dropping a Ukraine video anytime soon.
Okay, that's good.
Or any other controversial conflict that's going on right now.
Yeah, stay out of that. Stay out of that. Unless you're Robert Burnett and you're 4 old fashions in, and then go right ahead. I love how during that watch party.
Oh my God, he kept on saying
saying stuff. And then it'd be this moment of silence after. All right, let's talk about Oppenheimer or Barbie. You know what I mean? Just as soon as it would stop, there'd just be quiet and then change the subject.
Robert was fucking hammered, but it's not the first time we've seen him hammered. Yeah. So,
I wasn't drunk at all. I did not drink. I drank tea. I did not drink any alcohol that night. So I had to stay alert. Yeah, no, actual tea.
I did accuse Dante of having too many gummies. I could have been wrong.
Oh, he had too many gummies.
Okay,
that's
there you go.
Yeah.
Love Dante.
One thing I know we're not going to talk about. We got to get to Star Wars. I promise, folks.
Right.
Gary and I ADD derailing on 5 subjects. But I saw Immaculate.
Typical show.
The whole show.
Chat, is this any different from any other Noonan we've ever done?
Right. It's kind of the same. Yeah. I saw Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney.
Nay.
It's pretty good. The ending is very disturbing. It is a straight up you ever see a movie called The Devils from the 1970s?
No.
Or Rosemary's Baby?
Yes.
Okay. So this is basically,
although I'll never watch it again because it's Roman Polanski, but
right. It's in that vein, but Ken Russell's The Devils from 1971. You need to see it. You need to, if you've not seen it, that movie is just nuts. But Sydney Sweeney in Immaculate, all I can say is this. Yes. Do you see her Sweeneys?
That's what I was going to ask. Are her boobs immaculate? That's all anybody wants to know.
Dude, I was fortunate enough, and this isn't something I was invited to. I just got tickets. Saw a screening where she came out and she talked about the film. She introduced it. Her dad was there, but she wears something very sheer, and that's all I can say. And she wore a very sexy outfit to the
she knows what she's doing. Work it, girl. That's all I gotta say. Work it.
The other thing I noticed about Sydney. The other thing I noticed about Sydney Sweeney, and it's like a really subtle thing, which is weird. She smiles a lot. And when you see like all these like other actresses, when they're like, it's the women's this, it's almost like they're told not to smile, or the photos that are chosen for marketing are non-smiling pictures. She smiles, and
oh, dude,
I don't know.
Any day now, the articles are coming. Sydney Sweeney, the sex symbol of the alt-right. It's gonna happen. The sweetheart of the alt-right.
But I think she's smart enough to just like just sort of stays.
It's not going to be her fault. It'll be just because people like her on Twitter, and that's the state of the media.
Anyways, Immaculate. If you like Sydney Sweeney and you like that type of horror, and I'll say just like, I mean, you know, you can see in the trailer she basically gets pregnant just magically and is about to have a baby. And she's a nun. It gets freaking weird, and it's 90 minutes, and it's
what's it called again?
Immaculate.
Yeah.
Immaculate.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So,
anyways, let's get into it.
You want to pull up the trailer, and then we'll get into Jorge, George.
For the Acolyte. Okay.
Oh wait. First go back. Do you have the downvote extension?
Let's take
a
oh, you know what? It's because I'm not on my account. That's why. 1 second.
Let's see where it's at.
I saw it was crazy downvoting. I mean, it was definitely getting ratioed.
Yeah, and as they brought up on G&G Daily today, I can't recall that ever happening to anything Star Wars. Now, maybe I could be wrong on that one, because I can't say I've honestly paid attention. I know the first time it started happening with Marvel was She-Hulk. It didn't get ratio, but it got close, right? And then Rings of Power kind of changed everything when it came to ratioing. Now, other trailers have been ratioed before, but not something that protected, that big. Yeah, it's 133,000 up, 148,000 down on the Star Wars channel. That's
bad.
That's bad.
Would be interesting to show is like, okay,
it's 47
Obi-Wan
now.
Kenobi.
Look at that.
The Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer, I'm sure was, not ratioed, right? And that was sort of like
no, I don't think it was.
The last thing I kind of thought like, it could be good, and it's just was such a colossal disappointment.
Yeah, I mean that was the straw that broke the camel's back to what people were hanging on, right?
Right.
So now what's left of Star Wars is just the people who are always going to hang on. Like there'll always be a number of people who are just always going to hang on, always have hope. That's fine. Do you. But I mean, it's time to end Star Wars. Like it's done. It's had its time. They fucking cooked it beyond. It's pulverized. It's dust. It's nothing. It's nothing. I love how Leslie Headland said this is Frozen meets Kill Bill.
Excuse me?
How about Star Wars meets Star Wars? Why don't you try that? Just once at Disney.
Frozen in Star Wars at all.
Oh my God. I saw an interview with her where she was talking about her love of Frozen and seeing it and how she basically cried watching the entire thing. But it was the story of two sisters. But of course, what they really mean is it's gay coded, which is fine. If that's the way you want to look at it, I think that's actually perfectly fine if that's the way you want to see it. But it's so weird how just like, could you imagine if we talked about constantly being heterosexual? Like,
dude, I am so straight. I'm going to crush so much pussy this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the straight bar.
Can't wait to go to the straight bar and this. And when I saw this straight movie and as a straight person, like
as a straight person, I drove straight.
I would be annoyed with myself. I couldn't take myself.
I
I would be so annoyed with.
I would end it. I would. Oh, that was a bad joke. I was not going to do it.
Do it. We're 30 minutes in.
No, dude. No.
Okay. All right.
I would end it like a. Okay, there.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. It's
Like
good.
40% of that demographic.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Where was I? Oh yeah. When that's your entire identity is as a, dude, for one, if you're starting any fucking sentence with as a, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot.
Ooh.
Okay.
You should tweet that. You should tweet that.
I should.
Yeah. If you start any sentence with the words, quote, as a, you're an idiot.
Followed closely behind actually.
Yeah, actually is another one.
That's
But
another
sometimes
one.
actually is a good like facts being pointed out. But it does sort of bother me that there is a generation that the most interesting thing about them is their identity. There's literally nothing else interesting about people like that who overcompensate by having a certain look, because underneath they really have no original ideas of their own. That's why they conform to these so-called non-conformity. The types of people I'm talking about are the, multicolored hair, whatever, piercings, wherever, it's just like, if it's too much, if it's just like, if you're I just see them all the time and I'm thinking like, well, you're overcompensating because you really have nothing interesting. If we were to have a discussion, meaning points of reference to literature, comic books, like things that we could discuss that would be deep ideas, because they're focused solely on the ideology. That's why so many industries are dying, because I believe of DEI, because you put your you've prioritized things that have nothing to do with the mission, which is, to produce quality Star Wars entertainment. Not to derail. Oh God, this is the derail stream. James Lindsay did a very good breakdown of Boeing and the airline industry, where he talked about what they did is they tied executive incentives to benchmarks in DEI. So what that did was the executives, which all fly private anyways,
yep,
have no stake in the safety, are like, oh, if my bonus and money is tied to these benchmarks, then that's where the focus goes, on meeting those benchmarks, whether it's hiring or not hiring, all that stuff. So then what you do is you deprioritize the things that you're supposed to do, which is safely get passengers from one destination to another by creating planes that are safe and inspected 20 times over and are flown by qualified people with hundreds, if not thousands of hours of experience. And when you deprioritize, and that's in every industry now, I'm just like, this is sort of like all the pieces of the puzzle.
No, yes, that's exactly what's been happening. All the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. By the way, what's up, Yellow Flash? I saw Jeremy in there. Yeah. What's up, Jeremy?
Hey.
It's like the main quest in a game, and then you're supposed to get distracted with side quests, but it's always about the main quest, whereas now they're completely distracted and only doing side quests.
And we were like emphatically talking about this in entertainment, and I know Jeremy brought it up. I know I brought it up. I know Az brought it up. I know everybody's fucking brought it up. We're like, if it's happening here, what happens when it happens in something like really important, like a hospital or a plane?
Yes.
And it's fucking happening. Okay.
Well, James Lindsay pointed out that, like, if it's Starbucks, who cares? It's coffee, right? There's not really any lives at stake. When it comes to the manufacturing of airplanes,
if I don't get my coffee, there's lives at stake. I just want to put.
Well, that's true, but but like, and this is in that book, the Vivek book, Woke Inc. is, I mean, he was predicting the future. This book came out, I think, in 2019, so 5 years ago. He was way ahead of the curve, and he experienced it firsthand because he worked for some businesses that bought into it, and he walked away and he started his own company. He goes through that. So it's kind of partly his life story, which is why he came to the conclusions he came to. And then it's just what's happening in corporate America. And it's
insane.
It exposes
it's absolutely insane. And we remember early days. We're going to get the trailer in just a second. In the early days, I thought I was insane. There were certain things I was like, I said that, and it sounds fucking crazy. It sounds crazy. And now it's, oh no, it's completely saying to point this out. And they have pointed it out. You know, Razor put in his video of a games conference. We're having the fucking whiteboard. The advantages of Marxism in storytelling. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
like, we've been telling you this for years, and now they're just like, yep. It's like, oh shit. Okay. Well, thanks for admitting it. And now we have to fight even harder just to save what's left of culture. I mean, forget this. What we're about to cover is not Star Wars. It's never going to be Star Wars. Disney can't make Star Wars. Disney can't make Marvel. Disney can't even fucking make Disney anymore. But please give Bob Iger the reins, the man who created all this shit. Please give him the reins. Let's see how it ends. Let's fucking go. Now let's
Gary,
watch this.
Well, wait, real quick. One last thing, Gary. You were the canary in the coal mine. I remember in 2018, watching you, and you were talking about Last Jedi and a lot of things. Just because I watch a lot of indie films, some of this stuff just is not like, it's like, oh, you know, like I see a lot of stuff that's indie. You were the canary in the coal. That's why they call you Canary Gary. So that's just
okay.
Say, Canary Gary.
There was a few canaries. There was a lot of canaries. I was definitely not the first canary. Yeah, but like
you, Jeremy, a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of, and some of them aren't around anymore, and some are. You know, some of us are just fucking stubborn, and we stuck with it. And fucking let's go. So hey, let's see the latest Star Wars effort that's not in a theater, by the way. So we're going on how many years now? Rise of Skywalker is 2019.
5 years.
24. So we're gonna go on 5 years of no Star Wars in the theater. Plenty of it on D+, and hey, publicly Bob Iger has come out and said he's canceled projects. We're turning things around, but they're releasing this shit. Let's go.
Close your eyes. Your eyes can deceive you. We must not trust them. Tell me what comes into your mind.
Diversity.
Yeah.
Life.
Inclusion.
Balance.
Equity.
I see fire.
Pause it. Okay, go back. That alien.
Yeah,
Close your eyes. Like,
except for this motherfucker. Go back. Go right there. Right there.
There. Oh shoot. Just play it for a second. You can pause it like right when you see it.
Balance. I see.
Close your eyes. It's okay. Let me talk about this. I'm going to go out. This is what I mean about you hire someone who is not qualified to do this. One of the things, whatever you say about George Lucas, he had an attention to detail. Someone let that, there's an alien there whose eyes are obviously not closed. You could have done a quick digital effect of the eyes being closed.
Or just not have him in the scene.
Right?
All right.
It's so
ridiculous. Digital. I mean, like, there's probably a practical way you could have done it if that's a practical mask.
This is what I mean.
I remember eyes blinking on practical masks in the 80s, dude. So it's not hard.
Or just a digital eye blink. I mean, that's such an easy thing to do.
Dude, Perry could probably do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Anyways, that was my favorite comment. If you read the comments. That's great. Sorry. Okay.
Maybe he has a rant where he can't close his eyes to the teacher. Just saying.
You have eyelid privilege. Oh my God.
and by the way, I'm just gonna predict most of those kids are kids, the children of people who work at Lucasfilm or Favors, because some of these kids look, they just whatever. I'm not going to insult the way a kid looks. All I'm saying is my guess is a lot of them are, oh, of course we can put your kid in the thing, or like Kathleen's friends, daughters always.
And you got to question all their fucking parents for letting those kids around former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland.
Well, I'm
Because
just
I
I'm
wouldn't
just
let my
saying-
kids, even now, within 100 yards of that biatch.
I know how Hollywood works with this kind of stuff, is that they always are throwing out a favor to a friend, and just like I'm guarantee the majority of those kids are favors or kids because that's how they cast.
Oh, you want to
right?
piss off a movie like a say Nepo Baby. Say Nepo Baby.
Right.
They get fucking mad. Oh, did they get mad? I got here on my skill, not because Don Johnson was my dad. Although I like to coach Johnson.
We found out actually in Mandalorian season 3 that this one kid
we guessed
actually,
it too. We're like, that's a relative. That's got to be a relative. And it was
like Jimmy Kimmel's like son or nephew, something like that. But it was related to Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah.
Oh, poor kid.
Yeah.
Got that going against him. Hit play, please.
See fire.
I see white people. Oh my God, we got a masked woman fighting a woman. Never seen that in Star Wars from Disney.
You know what's being overdone is this like fighting style of just the like it's in Monkey Man, which is coming out. It's a lot of John Wick. It's a lot of somehow they've decided like that's the fighting style.
Well, from John Wick.
Now.
Yeah. I mean, John Wick didn't invent it, but it like started like the trend. Like,
right. And it's not now that's everything because people are lazy. It's just like they fight. It says they fight in the script and then they let the stunt people work it out. And that's how you get to this.
That's why I say Hollywood is where I disagree with Robert Meyer Burnett. Because he's saying, well, trends come from Hollywood. He said that in the past. No, it's where they go to die. Hollywood is reactionary, especially when it's safe corporate culture. This is before corporate culture, Hollywood. They still went to die there back then. And they copy each other to death. And there's nothing, you want to copy success, right? But we're not copying success now. We are copying shit. And it's like, well, we need a Star Wars like Frozen and Kill Bill. We need a Star Wars like no, you don't know what Star Wars is. You know what? Breaking news here. Sorry to disappoint people. George Lucas doesn't know what Star Wars is. He's lost the plot on Star Wars long time ago.
But not only that,
other people came in. Hang on, other people came in and built up through the EU under his guidance. But dude, he wasn't paying attention to every damn thing. Star Wars. George stopped caring. Stopped caring. Plus, he was stung by the fans after the with the prequels, and I think he just was done. And it made his business decision emotional, which you don't want to do. And he also hired Kathleen Kennedy. So.
True, and was betrayed, if you ask me. Especially, when you see
I
that
think he
one
still
flip.
was betrayed. Absolutely.
He had an idea of what the business relationship was going to be with Disney. They were going to respect at least the story outlines, and that turned out to not be true, and he clearly was betrayed. But the other thing is Star Wars was influenced by so many things.
Other things,
even other things, including George Lucas is a student of history. He was fascinated by history. And there's so much in terms of you can go down the rabbit hole with the Joseph Campbell stuff, whatever. Now it's just like, Star Wars is just influenced by, well, these are movies I know, so I'll just reference those rather than like going way, way, way back. So it's
hit play.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense. What happened? I sensed darkness.
This isn't about.
Oh my God. Pause for a second. I've seen this twice now and everybody's pointed out, but like you can just like, we are not going to have white men in this. You can just, that's all it screams.
Zero.
That's all it screams is we will not have white men in this. It's so, and this is where it hurts whatever cause you thought you were backing. And now it's like, everybody's like diversity hire, diversity hire, diversity hire. Nobody got here on merit at all, including former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland.
How do you go from like what she did in her career to like this. I don't see that pathway. I only see it as Kathleen Kennedy plucking people that will
kiss her ass. That's
kiss
it.
her ass.
So
and follow
Chris,
through on agenda.
Chris, you might have noticed that to rise up through Hollywood, especially over the last decade, we'll say decade, does not require talent. It requires your ability to bullshit bankers who don't know what the fuck they're doing. And Leslie Headland is a bullshitter. Jar Jar Abrams, bullshitter. Absolute bullshitter. No talent to back any of this up. Oh, wow, we liked Russian Doll. Okay, she did one fucking show that some people liked. Let's give her fucking Star Wars. And especially when her answer to what her favorite Star Wars was, which anybody who's ever watched it, even passingly, would be able to answer, she couldn't fucking answer. She said, I like all the Star Wars.
I wouldn't have even cared if she gave a specific answer like Return of the Jedi because it's a redemption story. Like, just fine. But all the Star Wars is a dumb answer. That's a non-answer.
Yep.
It's a cop out.
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
She would know something about that, wouldn't she?
Wait.
Leslie Headland.
That's the theme right there.
Yep.
They just sort of say, here's what's dumb is modern writers cannot deal with subtext. So what they do is they just say out loud the thing. So if you take those words, the words we just heard out of Star Wars and just take them for what they are at face value, that's what they're saying.
Yes.
It's about power. It's about power and who's allowed to use it.
Yep. And we're going to take the power away from people we don't think should be allowed to use it so we could use it the same exact way. Fucking Hollywood. It's called Me Too. That's what it was called. Hit play.
What is that?
It's red. Ooh, they lightsabered. It's the first thing when I saw that for the first time, and I'm not the only person who said this, by the way, it looks like a fan film. It looks like a fan film. It looks like a fan film trailer. It tells you no story. I know Robert was going off on this, and I think you were too. And it's like, I agree. Do you have any fucking idea what that's about? Do you know what you do know? Diversity and lightsabers with lesbians. That's what you do know from that trailer.
Oh, we're going to get our second lesbian kiss in Star Wars.
Oh. Hey, we got a lesbian kiss in a cartoon we're going to cover today. Did you catch that?
Oh, yes. Yeah. That didn't surprise me.
No, but I think this I think they should go all the way. I think we should get the first scissoring in Star Wars.
That would be interesting. But this is going to be the second lesbian kiss in Star Wars because you remember where the first one was, right? It depends on what country you're from. You may not have seen it. Rise of Skywalker at the very end, when the resistance is triumphant, what do we see? Two women kissing because that's what you want in a fable.
Except
for kids.
They edited it out. They believe in so much in their cause. They edited it out for Middle Eastern countries and some Asian countries.
And it was this side.
That's right, X-ray girl. Bigot.
It was a side female character who was in all of the. She was just in the background, and they had her
bigot.
It's just
no. It's stupid, and we'll get it. And it's the SJW fucking haircut, and it's every SJW trope from Marvel Comics, from Star Wars, and it's just a trope now. This could play equally. It would be better as a parody. If you made this a parody of Disney Star Wars with the exact same premise, it'd be fucking hilarious. It would be hilarious because Elon tweeted about this. Elon tweeted and he said, reality has become a South Park parody. Now, I discussed this with Mahler with the last South Park episode, which was, oh my God. South Park can no longer keep up with the parody that is life.
Yeah.
I mean, to even release this, Disney, you know what, they have it under their skin. The South Park episode has now just completely stained anything they come out with. Every video, including mine, will have a Catholic Cartman Kennedy saying, put a chick in it, make her gay and lame. Because it's true. It can't even be overused at this point because they're doing it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane that they're this fucking dumb. That they're this dumb.
Humor comes from truth. That's why that South Park episode resonated so much. And the fact that it's like just predicted this. But here's what's going to be interesting to find out. And I don't even know if we get actual real numbers from Disney. I never trust, other than Netflix, I actually don't trust the numbers being released by the streamers in terms of how well everything is doing. I think that that's all a lie. But this is the first Star Wars we're seeing that has no connection at all. Although, well, no connection, meaning there's no Skywalkers, there's no like Clone Wars, there's no Anakin, there's no like, it has no connection, right? I mean, Andor had kind of a connection because it was the
kind of connection. This is 100 years before, it's 100 years now, before the events of the prequels. So there'll be Yoda. Yoda will be in it. Plagueis, I don't know. Probably
the Yoda cameo, and he's gay. But like, can I make a prediction? One of the women is going to give birth to Sheev Palpatine.
Well, baby Palpatine. He'd be a little. No, I don't think he's that old. Unless his.
What is age in the Star Wars universe?
I know. Yeah, I know. But
it takes melange, and can live 200 years. But technically speaking, Chewbacca exists in this timeline.
Yep.
Because Chewbacca is 200 years old.
Well, they have a Wookiee in the trailer. There's a Wookiee in the trailer. So
yeah, but I don't think it's going to be Chewbacca. We don't know what lifespans are in.
I don't care.
I don't care either. Yeah. But like lifespans can be whatever. Just to guess that Sheev may be like one of the Sith women survives and gives birth to.
It could happen. I would not sit here and tell you it couldn't happen. Yeah, I would never go that far because they are that fucking stupid. Plus, they're drawing from the EU now, and they're going to bastardize more EU, which will make the EU fans so happy. I'm sure Ryan is just thrilled that they're going to be bastardizing more EU. But this announced, so they decided to drop this, and then on the same day, George Lucas backs Disney board and CEO Bob Iger amid proxy fight. Creating magic is not for amateurs. So you want to roll down to a statement? We'll give context to it if you don't know, because I don't get into the proxy war stocks thing very much. Scroll down a little more. You'll see a statement in a box. It'll be in a little box. It should be. Nope. Where's the statement? Maybe you got it from Variety. I got it from Deadline.
Oh, okay.
All right. No, there's the full statement. There should be the full statement. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, look up that Deadline story.
Yeah, look up the Deadline. It's in Deadline. Which is owned by the same company that owns Variety, which is the same company that owns The Hollywood Reporter, which is the same company that owns Rolling Stone. I could go on.
It's, dude, like all this stuff also this is why stories about what's happening in the industry where below the line people are being forced to show fealty to the DEI gods. This is why these stories aren't being written about in the trades and how much it has affected the industry so much. I think I mentioned to you that like whenever I go out to just see a movie, whatever, I have people coming up to me saying, I like what you're doing. And then I hear some story from some person in the industry about like what is really going on. It's disconcerting to say the least.
It is. It's disconcerting for an industry that's I think it's too late.
I agree with you. I think it's too late. You have so many people talking about just retiring.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll get to that in just a second because that is a thing that is legit happening because of the layoffs it's so bad right now. You guys have no fucking idea. While the mainstream media is telling you the economy is fine, Hollywood, it's a bloodbath in Hollywood. It's a bloodbath. In a statement issued this morning, Lucas said That was yesterday morning in reality. Creating magic is not for amateurs. Okay. You can't be talking about Disney right now. When I sold Lucasfilm just over a decade ago, I was delighted to become a Disney shareholder because my longtime admiration for this iconic brand and Bob Iger's leadership. When Bob recently returned to the company during a difficult time, I was relieved. No one knows Disney better. I remain a significant shareholder, as a matter of fact, the largest single human being shareholder in the company, which is exactly why he's making this statement. Because I have full faith and confidence in the power of Disney and Bob's track record of driving my beloved IP into fucking dirt. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He didn't say that. Into a record of driving long-term value. I have voted all of my shares for Disney's 12 directors and urge the shareholders to do the same. So I will say that this statement comes from George Lucas. He wasn't coerced into saying this. Nobody put a gun to his head to say this. His lawyers couldn't force him to say this. George could have just said nothing. George could say whatever the fuck he wants. George said it because he believes it. Because he believes it. And this and there might have been a narrative out there that George is like fucking MAGA or based or going to side with Nelson Peltz. That was never, ever going to happen. George doesn't give a shit about Star Wars anymore. He doesn't. Sorry. He created it. I appreciate what he created. The man is a mad genius. He completely changed Hollywood. He became what he kind of hated.
Yeah.
He became what he kind of hated.
Like Darth Vader.
Yeah. That's George. George was also dancing at Barack Obama's re-election. There's video of it, him dancing around. He's also politically black, that party, and Gavin Newsom and everything that's fucking going on in California. He's always been woke. He's always been woke. I don't know if he's completely. I don't know if he completely agrees with their policy, Disney's policies in Florida. Can't speak to that, but I can definitely speak that this is a political decision. No, he doesn't want Nelson Peltz and Perlmutter backed people back on the board, and it's purely political.
Yeah,
it's purely political. This guy got so much money, he didn't give a fuck. Maybe for his kids, but they're set. And their grandkids are set. And their grandkids. The generations are set with his money, not counting his Disney stocks. But he's made a lot of money off of really bad Star Wars and Disney because he's a huge shareholder in the company. So, of course, he's going to say this. Of course. So, if people feel betrayed, for one, he's an old man. He doesn't care anymore. I would say temper that with the narratives you had out there. George has always been like this.
Yeah. But also, he was probably more like part of the alt middle, which is where, you know what I mean? Just like, but I feel like though there were some kind of overt in the prequels references to you're either with me or against me. That
he was straight up. No, it was Bush.
George Bush.
It was very Bush, George Bush in the prequels.
Yeah,
there was very
George
overt George Bush, and well, I was old enough to notice it. I'm like,
same,
good God.
Same. Like,
this is how democracy dies, with thunderous applause. You know what's fucking funny is that's actually happening now that way, except with different people. It's kind of like Joss Whedon with Serenity. Accidentally based as fuck movie. I don't think they meant it that way, but man, how did that play out? How did that play out? Well, let's see. They try to modify behaviors through a chemical in the atmosphere. They just cover it up. Who would do that? Oh, the progressive left, Silicon Valley, fucking the United Nations. Absolutely. So yeah, it's just weird. Life, you live long enough, it flips around on you, man. Isn't that weird, Chris?
It's bizarre.
It's fucking
Dude,
bizarre.
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre. But as far as feel the way you feel about George. I'm not going to tell you how to feel. I'm just not surprised at all that he came out. But he said it out loud. Now he said the quiet part out loud. Again, he could have backed them quietly, but he was probably asked to make a statement, and he went, sure, no problem. No problem. And they didn't have to give him anything because he already owns most of the Disney stock. They just asked and he said yes. because ultimately he didn't care. I'm sure he's both mad. I'm positive he doesn't like the Star Wars that Disney has made. I'm positive, but I'm also positive that he'd rather have Bob Iger than Nelson Peltz for political reasons. So that's his priority over Star Wars, over fans, which he ultimately feels betrayed by anyway. Sad reality, but that's the way it is. Star Wars is dead. It's been dead. It's been dead since 2012. There's been different waves of people figuring that out. I didn't figure it out until The Last Jedi. I didn't like The Force Awakens, but I didn't think it was dead. I didn't think Star Wars was dead. And then after they did that to Luke, and let's be real. I was going to use this in my video, but I'll use it now.
Please.
Disney Star Wars has treated Luke Skywalker about as well as Mark Hamill's treated his granddaughter.
Or as well as Paramount has treated Captain Kirk.
Yep.
Captain. By the way, the My Name is Bill documentary is playing in theaters and limited release today with a live via satellite Q&A with William Shatner. I have tickets. Going to see it tonight at there's a Regal.
Is he doing a Q&A?
What's that?
Is Bill's there? Is it William Shatner?
Bill is going to do a Q&A, not at it's going to be live via satellite. So I don't know where he's doing it, but
he's getting up there.
He's getting up there. What is he? 90.
Thank you. The chat appreciated that joke. Thank you, chat. I love you.
Yeah, there you go. I got it. But it's just like when you look, the two major, let's look at this, two major franchises, Star Trek, Star Wars. Who are the iconic heroes of each franchise?
Luke Skywalker, Captain Kirk. Spock.
100%.
Spock is right there with them too. Remember, right, Spock was more popular when the show was running. Like Spock was on all the toys. Spock was more popular. But it was still Kirk and Spock, and in that order.
Right. And also, each of them features a trio of characters. Han, Luke, Leia, Kirk, Spock, McCoy. There's and the fact that like each of the shepherds of these franchises have taken those two iconic heroes, American heroes, because they're creation of two Americans, Gene Roddenberry, George Lucas, created these heroes, and they obviously resonated with the public and were iconic for decades, lasted decades. Nothing that Disney is creating now is going to echo decades from now. Nothing that is being created by Paramount Plus or Star Trek or Kurtzman Trek, which is what you like to call it, which I think is very accurate. Do you think anything that's being created now is going to echo? Are people going to be going like 10 years from now, going to be looking at Star Trek Discovery and saying, my God, what a great show. Let's watch it in reruns. Whereas the original Star Trek series, which debuted in 1966, I remember watching in the 1970s with my dad in reruns. It was on every day. And we would have these deep discussions about the show. It was important for its time. None of this stuff is important. It's what did they call it? Who coined this? Well, I know zombie franchises. It's just a shell of what they used to be.
Oh, I don't know. It wasn't.
I've heard it.
It makes sense. I might have heard it somewhere else, but it's true. Where I was heard, it's true. And if I could attribute it to somebody, I would. I usually do. I'm not into, I don't care. But zombie franchises is what they are. They are zombie franchises. They are Walking Dead. And what they do is they just constantly dig up and defile the corpse of something that we made. Because with Star Wars, with Star Trek, beyond George Lucas, beyond Gene Roddenberry, even to a certain extent, beyond Tolkien, what they created outgrew them. It went beyond them. It went beyond the creator. It went into the fandom, and the fandom helped curate what Star Wars is right now. And George was there again with the EU. He's signing off on stuff. He ain't reading every fucking book. Are you kidding me? No. He probably has a rundown of it because there's too many of them. No human being could do that. And the fans really, through their just pure love of it, kept it going and improved it.
There are stories of Lucas, like anyone that's worked for them, where like you'll hear that George Lucas did provide guidance saying, don't do this or do this.
Yes.
So he may not have known the full story, but I'm sure he got like a 1-page summary and said story wise, sort of got the beats of a Star Wars, novel, extended universe novel. Like, so you knew that.
But that's not like reading it. So he's guiding it. That's fine.
Right. Guiding
but he's
is
not,
good.
Guiding it is good, but it still goes beyond him. And the fans who read that know it better than him at a certain point, because they read the books. They didn't get the story beats. I know a lot of people who read every fucking book multiple times, every comic, bought everything, every single thing, played every game, did everything. And that's why it's worth billions. And Disney fucked it up. And well, it's 10 years, 12 years now, but they fucked it up a long time ago. And it's dead.
The thing I noticed, like the other thing is, this is a weird thing to point out. The toys were great. The toys under Lucas, even when there weren't movies, there was so much creativity and ideas where the toys even expanded on the universe. Of course, I'm talking about the battle stap. Someone in the chat knows what that is. Everyone in the chat probably knows. But the toys were great. That was the first sign that I thought something was wrong, was when they did, Gary, maybe you know this or not, Force Fridays was a thing that when each of the Star Wars sequels came out in September, the September before the Star Wars sequel came out, they would have at Target stores and stores across the country a Force Friday, which was an event where they would unveil the toys for the new movie. And I remember going when I went for Force Awakens, the only time I went. Force Awakens, like, I'm going to go there. It was midnight at a Target. I remember going in and I bought nothing. I remember just looking and going, this stuff looks cheap. The 12-inch figures looked like they were in coffins with no articulation. It looked like it was crapped out. The ideas were bad. The packaging was bad.
And it's worse now. It's so much. It's so bad. But that's when you see the downhill. Like they have the vintage X-Men figures out. And you know what? For the same price, you can go on eBay and get the real ones.
Oh my God.
You can go get the real ones. Don't get they're oversized. The cards are wrong. It's fucking stupid. And it's fucking low effort. Plastic figures like suck now. Like I stopped buying them years ago. They fucking suck. Toy Biz was the best at superhero figures. The X-Men, the animated Spider-Man and X-Men line were fucking awesome. On the other side, wasn't Toy Biz, but the animated Batman, that was like just fucking peak action figures were the 90s for plastic action figures.
Yeah, but were they MIB mint in box?
Yes, I always kept them mint in box until I decided not to, because it was so much fun. Because like I was like, wow, I got this awesome collection in a box in storage. What the fuck's the point of that? So I ripped them all out, and you see them around here.
No, but it's cool. I love that. I love that, man. It's just like my kids were young, and it was just like this is gonna sound so stupid, but like, well, coming from me, you won't be surprised. I put French doors on my shelves. And I put little locks on it so my kids couldn't get to. And then after a while, you're just like, who cares? Break them out, let them play with it.
You get them back eventually. You do.
Yeah.
Like I got a box of Spider-Man figures back from my kid when he's like, I'm done with you, Dad. I'm like, cool. All right. Because
whatever.
He would come in because he would be at the store and they're hanging up like this in the store. He'd just fucking take them down, start playing with them. I can't stop him. Who would do that? I'd be a horrible dad if I did that.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurt. You're sitting there watching going, but you just get through it. You get through it. Hey, real quick, let's talk about X-Men 97. 2 episodes dropped today. Speaking of the 90s, there's not much to talk about, really.
There isn't much to talk about.
Yeah. So I watched the last episode of X-Men before I watched the first 2 to see like how, because Bo DeMeo, who was fired a week before it came out. We still don't know why. Did
someone reach out to you and tell you what the reason might be? Because someone told me.
Let's hear it.
I'm a little afeared to say it.
Well, it's speculation. Okay.
Speculation.
I
gonna
heard
put,
something. I'll just say that. But I mean, you don't
Oh,
know.
did you hear something?
Yeah. Put it in the private chat. Let's see if it's
I'm going
the
to
same
put it in the
thing.
private chat and see if we should even say this out loud. But I heard, and then I went and looked up this guy. He has more shirtless thirst trap pictures of himself than Eric Weber. I mean, it's just like, it's
whoa, you're kidding me.
No, but like
I think Eric Weber posted 2 today.
Right. No, it's just like, but it's like
Eric.
so many like shirtless, and you're like,
Not really.
okay, you're a guy who's like a producer and writer in animation. Why are you posting photos that makes it look like you do gay porn? I don't know if you saw the.
I think it fits with that, like what Disney Marvel thinks the X-Men is right now.
Yeah.
I like they have no idea what they're doing, obviously.
Right.
And so it doesn't jump directly from the end. Like there's actually a time jump. Pretty significant time jump, like of months. So that whole shit, like it begins right where it left off. No, it's like, same year, maybe in the same year, but it's months later. And the trailer pretty much gives it away. Professor Xavier has passed. Actually, he's with the Shi'ar Empire out in space, kind of comatose. And so he's not like, he's officially dead on planet Earth, but he's not dead. And he gave the mansion to Magneto, overpassing Scott. And Jean Grey's pregnant. Storm has a mohawk, like all this stuff happened in the comics. Like all this stuff happened in the comics at some point. And it's just setting up the world pretty much. They have Trask in it. And they bring back the Sentinels a little bit. And it's just a big setup. And by the end, Storm loses her powers. There's still, by the way, I think 8 episodes to go. So, but it was just it was like, it's all right. I didn't feel super engrossed. It's very in line with a 90s cartoon that's made as basically a toy commercial that I remember that mirrored the comics that I liked. By the way, I was watching it when I was in my 20s. So, I liked it. I thought it was fine. It was fine. But here comes the but. They're planting little seeds. Like you saw it in the trailer, the Daily Bugle come by and the X-Men Gala, and you're like, wait a minute. Didn't the 90s one end with like Magneto wanting to start a war? But he stopped it because Professor X died and time has passed, and now all of a sudden there's more mutant acceptance. But they still threw in the Mutant Gala, which is a very modern X-Men thing, which is super lame and super gay. So that was just there. It was just the Daily Bugle. They go into a club, a couple of girls kiss, and there's a lot of preach, like love who you want. There's a Magneto speech. Yeah.
There's a speech that Magneto gives to the UN where he basically just says, love whoever you want. Like it's one of those things where you can read. There's so many little things. I think I was DMing you and telling you some stuff I saw, but it's not overt. It's just there. So they gloss over it quickly so you don't notice it. So I'm not going to say it's complete trash. I actually like that they kept the 90s feel in terms of the animation style,
music,
the characters. Like, it's like, this is like, it is a pretty good continuation, but they've seeded all these little things with maybe a commentary about illegal immigration, maybe a little commentary about gay lifestyle, maybe little, other commentary here and there. And it's like, it's there. But it's not, they could have been more overt with it, I guess. But here's the deal. It's only I've seen the first 3 episodes. This is what Disney does. Is I've noticed in almost every series, it's like first few episodes, like, all right, that's cool. Then you get into it, and then it goes off the
pattern
rail.
with every D+ show from Marvel and Star Wars, which I've seen damn near every single one. Right? Yeah. I haven't seen the fucking Groot one, and I didn't watch Miss Marvel all the way through. Everyone else I've watched, and it's the same pattern. Reasonably fine to boring as fuck first couple of episodes that devolve into utter shit. Varying degrees of utter shit, but utter shit. I think the only one that didn't waste any time was Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That went right into it in the first episode. So, and like the cultural impact of it, and do people care about the X-Men? Is this too little too late? It's like, fuck yeah. Like, oh, wow, you didn't make an abysmally bad fucking cartoon for 2 episodes. People are going to be like, Marvel's back. Fucking Kevin Feige's turning things around. No. They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. So, yes, we're going to point this shit out, and it might feel a little nitpicky. They fucking earn that. They earn that. So, it's forgettable. Like, it's, I mean, it's an X-Men cartoon. It's for kids. I understand that. And they did it pretty much. It feels like it. It does. Yeah. Like when the theme song starts, it's like it's a better sound mix for one. So you hear it in 5.1. It's like, okay, that kind of kicks. That's cool. But yeah, you could see what they're setting up. You can totally see what they're setting up. But they, if they do what they're supposed to do, which is mirror the comics of the time, then all right, maybe you'll make some people happy, and that's fine. But I don't think it's like even. I don't think it's great, and I don't think it's horrible. It's very mid.
It's not going to be. There's just you're going to see a lot of hyperbolic commentary on it, saying it's another disaster. It's not a disaster. It's almost like it almost will just instill a lot of apathy. I mean, I'm just like, do I want to finish? I'll watch the last 5, but after they're all out, I'm not going to watch it week to week. I don't think it's just worth it. I'd just rather just binge it, watch the rest of it play out just to see where the story goes. But I don't know. I think people, I think we'd rather see the X-Men just brought into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But even then, I just don't trust it.
No, at this point, I would rather see everything stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Give us a break.
Give us a fucking break.
Kind of a break.
You know what? Chris? Have you watched The Gentleman yet?
I haven't seen The Gentleman. I'm hearing good things.
It's fucking great.
Oh, that's great. Love it. All right.
It's fun. It's setting stuff up. It's definitely like you're not going to get action wall to wall like you would expect from some Guy Ritchie stuff. It's way more interesting characters, shit going sideways, setting up something much bigger, while still being a contained story. But it's funny. It's fucking funny, dude.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I just rather, and that's what I did, rewatch The Gentleman. I've got Ghostbusters coming out tomorrow, and I'm not, just by headlines, by the way, I'm not like getting into details or anything. I'm hearing it's very mid as well. It's very, very, very mid. You did not get a screening, or you didn't. What the hell?
No, I didn't get it. I did not get invited to Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I don't care. I have tickets to see it tomorrow. I'm going tomorrow night like everybody else.
Yep.
It's getting very mixed reviews. It's very mixed. It's the main comment that I saw Jeremy Johns did a review.
What did he think?
It was mid. The main thing is there's way too many storylines because they're trying to like connect it to the last movie and then bring in new conflicts. So there's like just all these B stories. And then the other thing he said is that Kumail Nanjiani, it's like he's in a different movie. He's doing like slapstickity, schmackity, funny. And it's just like, that's not what the movie is.
Our time has come and gone. Gen Xers,
Yeah.
our beloved franchises have been completely destroyed, and they're not even like nostalgia bait's not even going to work anymore. It's done. So now it's going to be the next generation. That's fine. That's totally cool. But what a lost opportunity Disney Star Wars was, Ghostbusters, all of it, Star Trek. Books will be written about the biggest. I mean, like the decade of Hollywood fuck ups. I mean, that's all it is. It's you couldn't even accidentally get something right, which is pretty incredible.
I mean, now they're talking about doing a reboot of the Never-Ending Story.
Why?
Are we scraping the bottom of the barrel? Next might be Krull or Logan's Run, and actually, I would be okay with that, or the Black Hole. But like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Never-Ending Story.
I don't want to see Disney's modern take on the Black Hole. I don't.
Oh, no.
I don't.
Oh, no. I want to see Axel Braun's The Black Hole.
Axel Braun's probably already
Yeah,
made
I
it,
said that.
and it's probably better than anything Disney can do.
Axel Braun has production value in his stuff more than is necessary for based on the genre. Don't look it up. Yeah, no, it's just like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel where the franchises are dying. Look, if Disney released or Lucasfilm released a Star Wars movie now, how well do you think it would do? I think it would do about as well as the Marvels.
Yep.
But we're talking about that in terms of performance.
I think the Rey movie will do about as well as the Marvels.
Yeah. That seems
a little worse in China.
Right, worse in China. But I don't believe that project's ever going to happen anyways. I just don't think
I have my doubts. When it starts filming, then yes. We did hear that the Acolyte was just a sizzle reel and it never was made. And here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's why it's really important to not sell false hope. It's not something I'm into. Just truth, I think where the hope comes from is with the fandoms and the fans and culture overall turning around while admitting that we've lost so much. And maybe something new will come along, but it's no reason to black pill. But you could certainly black pill fucking Star Wars. It would just be wasting your time, and it's up to you. It's up to you. The only thing Star Wars is good for now is to laugh at. And that is providing a form of entertainment, although it's unintentional from Disney. It's very intentional from us.
Oh, a quick aside, because we're bouncing all over the place because it's you and I talking to each other. There was a new trailer dropped for The Fall Guy.
Yeah,
and it looks really fun. I mean, the first trailer was pretty fun. They're probably giving away too much, but I'll say the one thing that they got right, which I heard that the Captain America 4 or whatever, there's like they tried to give to Sam Wilson like a romantic interest. Apparently there's like zero chemistry. And you notice that there's like a weird, like Disney, they can't do romance. They don't know how to do it. Whereas watch the new trailer for The Fall Guy, which just dropped this morning. Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling, palpable chemistry between the two of them. Just singing in car, talking to each other. That's
we got to get Soups, but real quick on the Captain America 4 thing. I know it's being run out there, and as far as I know, it could have happened. I don't fucking know. But like, it was being reshot before it got to any like public test screenings. It didn't make it past the internal screenings. That part I know. Like they fully reshot like 95% of this movie because it didn't make it past the internal shit at Disney Marvel. Imagine how fucking bad that movie was. Oh shit. These are the people who released Echo. So I wouldn't hold out a lot of hope for Black Falcon Captain America, a Captain America sequel without Captain America, because Sam Wilson's Falcon.
I love Sam Wilson Falcon. I
do too.
I read the comics in the 70s when his costume looked like something out of the Ice Capades. It was a weird costume. I'm glad that got an update, a more real world update, because the original costume was kind of ridiculous. Even though I did have Captain America and Falcon Mego action figures with the cloth costumes. I'm sure you had a couple of those, Gary.
Oh yeah, I have one hanging up right over there.
Oh my God, that's great.
It's time for the super chats. Thank you for being so patient. Thank you for joining us today. The infamous El Guapo on the Streamlabs side for $20 says, while I'm waiting for my Dune bucket from Gore, I want to say congrats on 1 million subscribers and 400 Nooners. Hail, thank you. Not sure which one is more impressive. 400 Nooners? 400 Nooners.
That's like small numbers,
Yeah,
I'm thinking. Depends how old you are, right?
Yeah, it depends on the age. May you both keep the rants coming for years to come. God bless and hail. Thanks to the fellowship. Hail to you. Thanks, brother. El Guapo. That one voodoo guy for $20 says, hail the fellowship. That's it. Hail to you, brother. I'm a farty little daddy has donated $27.99 Canadian pesos. Thank you, everyone, for our sphere for having the courage to speak out when the risk of stigmatization still looms large. Well, in your country, for sure. I just hope that one day those in these industries will have the same courage to speak that you do. I don't know. I don't know. Lean back, have a snack, take a nap. But we'll speak for them with our money. Hail chat, you beautiful bastards. Questions for Gary and Chris. What is your favorite Hitchcock movie? Mine would probably be Rear Window. That's mine. X-Ray Girl Hitchcock was a director around the time Gary was starting out.
Thank you for the explanation. I had to Google it. Which movies are Hitchcock's?
I mean, Psycho's a classic. I like Psycho, but the thing is, parts of that movie are kind of dated. I like The Birds. Just because
Birds is awesome.
So weird. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I got some quick intel. If I could really quickly, the Geek and I podcast just popped me a note and said that William Shatner will be live at the Playa Vista Cinemark. So if you can get tickets, and I just checked, tickets are still available. He will be there live, and then everything's going to be live via satellite Q&A. But if you want to see William Shatner in real life, Playa Vista Cinemark. Showings at 5:30 p.m. Pacific today. Thanks.
Cool. Nick Brony for $19.99. Hail Gary, and congrats on reaching 1 million. Thank you very much. And showing damn vast that it takes more than good looks, musical talent, and being good at video games to win the race. Fellowship. Thank you. Brother Malachi for $20. Why do you think George did this? Sided with what he called the white slavers to spite the fans for being hard on the prequels? No, I don't think so. He hopes to take over after Bob leaves? No. Kathleen has dirt on him? No. Something else? Yeah. He's old. He doesn't give a fuck. And whatever disagreements he has with Iger and the way they do things at Lucasfilm, they're on his team. They're on his political team. And there's no way in hell George, as a large stakeholder in Disney, wants people who are not about his political team. That's what I think. And also, I mean, if you look at it completely selfishly, which he probably did, he's in his 80s and he's looking to just stabilize that stock. He doesn't want anything to, and I don't think it would hurt the Disney stock that Nelson Peltz came in. I don't think it would hurt it at all.
Nope.
But that's just me. But I think it's just, that's his team, whether he disagrees with those people or not. How am I supposed to say this name? Dak? We'll just say Dak. Dak for $50. Congrats. Fight the good fight. I will. Thank you, brother. You too. Josh Kelsey has dropped in $19.99 and walks away because that's what Josh Kelsey does. Magnum Norse for $20. My bank account keep up with you millionaires. I know that Ben Shapiro is going to replace Gary on FNT. How did you hear about that? And it's going to be really gay. Yep. I was going to announce my retirement.
Yeah, on that real quick, why don't they, like, even Tim Pool spun off a pop culture show. I mean, I haven't really seen it, but I've caught clips from it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't understand why they don't, all those guys have sort of their own area of expertise on Daily Wire. I don't understand why they don't bring in a pop culture guy or like a Siskel and Ebert types, or just someone to actually talk about pop cultures, which would absolve Matt Walsh of having to talk about anime. You know, like, I don't care what Matt Walsh says about anime. He's not a guy. He doesn't even like it.
They don't see it as a good investment. So here's my guess. This is purely a guess. No shade on these companies doing their own thing. I like some of the stuff they do.
Yeah.
I mostly don't care because I don't want to talk about politics all day and all night. But Brett Cooper's there. She's fine. But I think, and again, no shade to the talent or any of this, but I think they want a certain type of talent that can read scripts. Read scripts.
Like read teleprompter and all that kind of stuff.
Prompter and
have a producer.
Yeah, and that does take a certain type of talent. But I'm really not sure how any of them would do on 4-hour live streams, and we don't read scripts. Not even for my videos. I do bullet points, but I mostly riff. So that's my thing. And we're just not in their sphere. I mean, they kind of like stay within their sphere. Like you always see the same people being kind of interviewed and stuff, and that's fine. Again, I don't have a problem with that. If you find it entertaining, that's great. But yeah, they certainly could. Tim has done his own, pop culture show, and I think they do a good job. The other ones haven't. I mean, Tim, like him or not, understands like the importance of pop culture. Benny Johnson understands the importance of pop culture. There's a lot, I'm critical of the ones who don't, but there's a lot who do, who I'm completely fine with. And it's good that they talk about it, and they don't need to know everything. They don't.
Right. What I think the big issue is being dismissive of it, because they even point that out when they're dismissive, like, no, this is important. And I don't think they keep up with the trends. And I really think it's a producer saying this thing is big, so we have to talk about it. And then they talk about it not coming from a place of any expertise or knowledge. So, and I still like when they actually do talk about things they know about, I think is fine. When Matt Walsh addresses certain issues that are important to him, I think he does a good job, but you can tell when it's just not on his radar, when it's a producer saying, hey, this is hot right now. So
no, they're like way more into, and again, this is not a judgment, talking about the Bud Light situation, right?
Yeah,
I'll bring it up randomly, but I'm not going to make a video on it or anything because I don't drink. So what the fuck would I know about Bud Light? But that's my personal decision. I think people should talk about it as great, and it was a massive victory in the culture war, and it's fucking awesome, and they're still feeling it, and I think that's great. But the whole point of that is like we go hard in the paint on nerd, so I'm not gonna, and that's pretty much where we stay, right? Like we'll talk about other stuff, we'll bring it in on live streams, but they want to talk about the entire cultural canvas and your latest viral video, and it's like, not my thing. Congrats on 1 million, Gary. I would like to recommend Has Been Hotel to you guys. It's an amazing musical that gets the best taste. To get the best taste, look up Poison from episode 4. It will give you the best taste of the underarching theme. All right. And that's
I've heard of this.
Chibiyama?
It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon Has Been Hotel, but it's a weird
Has-Been.
thing with Has Been. Yeah. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. I'm not sure.
Michael for $20.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Michael, yes, thank you. Michael for $20 says, I have 2 boys, 18 and 15. They love sci-fi and gaming, but have zero interest in Star Wars. It means nothing to them. They love Dune, One Piece, Yakuza, Demon Slayer. They were hard out after Star Wars Battlefront money grab. Yep. The Lost Generations. Ask Star Trek how that feels. Fear of the Tardo. Oh, it's a 3-parter from Fear of the Tardo for $35. Says, hi, Reggie. Hi, Frank Gore. Sex paid girl. Tardo saw Dude Part 2. Dude Part 2. Tardo like, but have problem with female lead. Not only men diaper, not good actor. Men diaper. But only 12-year-old boy. Why cast 12-year-old boy as girl? Just because he have long hair like Don Bosch? Don Bosch may like boys, but not mean girl. Ma'am bun feminine, but not make Don Bash girl. Anywho, man diaper clearly 12-year-old. Clearly 12-year-old boy because have body, broad shoulders, and face like 12-year-old boy. Just because child actor, no excuse for bad acting.
Oh my God.
Mac and Cheese Culkin was young boy too, but he could he was great home by self films. Stop casting 12-year-old boy as girl, Hollywood, especially 12-year-old boy who can't act. Lock it in. Yay. Yay. So Zendaya is man diaper.
Oh my God.
I agree with that assessment on Zendaya. XPM for $19.99. Gary, congrats on 1 million. Thank you very much. Bit of fun ride. I wanted to let you know that if you and company continue to put Sydney Sweeney on everything, you're going to make me come harder than X-Ray Girl on the D-Box seats in Dune 2? XPM.
I laughed when I read that. I'm like, I'm so embarrassed that someone would say that.
She's right here. Fucking cat.
Do not come.
Adonis Adams for 20 Canadian pesos. Capcom used drag queens to advertise one of their games. Exoprimal to kids. Did I mispronounce that? It's especially hypocritical in light of the fact that Capcom thinks mods for their games to be offensive to public order and morals. Oh, because they think they're being moral. They think the politics are settled, that we should sexualize little kids and do drag story hour, which is inappropriate. I did like the Babylon Bee doing death metal story hour. Did you see that one? Where all the kids have the black and white makeup on. And I think the headline went something like Death Metal Story Hour about to launch into how to murder pedos or something. It's like something to that effect. It's fucking funny. It was funny. It was funny. Many people have talked about this. They think their politics are completely settled. Bob Iger has come out and said, this is right and wrong. This is a matter of right and wrong. I could not agree more. Just disagree on your perspective. Family brand. And we'll say it again. We don't care if adults cross-dress. I don't give a shit. What my wife got in trouble with a few people, fuck that, was saying on Facebook was right. And it's what we used to do in prison. Because prisons, we were separated by race. We were all separated by race. And if a different race, if a knucklehead from a different race was out there causing problems to break the very flimsy unity on the yard, the heads of each race would get together and go, take care of that dude. You need to take care of that dude before we do. And that's what the drag queens need to do right now. They need to police their own. Some are, by the way, and that's good. But they need to police their own because it'll become, it's already dangerous for kids, and it becomes dangerous for the adults. And we don't want that to happen. We don't want that to fucking happen. So they try to run out with this rhetoric, trying to protect this as some sort of anti-LGBTQ plus when no, you're right. It's a right and wrong thing. You're just on the fucking wrong side of it because we're talking about kids. There's just certain lines you just don't cross. Do I want the government dictating everything? Well, there's laws on the books protecting kids. They just don't prosecute now. And, I don't want daddy government to come in and say everything. I just want us to, as adults, make right decisions. I know it's fucking living in a fantasy world wanting that, but oh well.
Yeah, I just I never understood the drag queen kid thing. How does that go together? I understand reading books to kids in school, maybe keep it focused on the book and not yourself and your identity. And I've loved drag queens from the sense of it's adult entertainment. And to me, it feels uncomfortable to have a child in the room because then you know that the drag queen can't make a blue joke, except maybe they do. And it's so inappropriate. Like I've been to drag queen brunch, kind of fun. I love Glenn Milstead, Divine, and all the John Waters movies. I got tickets to see John Waters at a Q&A with Pink Flamingos in April, right? Like but it's never, ever, just like I wouldn't take a kid to a burlesque show or a strip club.
Yeah.
Like what is the difference? And that's the thing that is just so weird. Like it's so obvious to anyone who's a parent that this is bad. And I think it's really irresponsible.
It's the bad actors using freedom against itself. That's why it needs to be protected. That's what it is. Yeah, and it's a lot of woke white women causing this fucking problem too. But
bingo.
Yep. A lot of fucking woke white women causing this problem, but it's the bad actors using freedom against itself to try to destroy it because that's what ultimately they want to do. They're anti-family. And there is no place for it, Chris.
Yeah.
This is fucking school we're talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't get it.
They should just learning how to count.
Yeah, there's a book that came out. I'll look it up while you're reading more soup.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Duke Devil 95 has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Hell. Israel R on the Streamlab side for $50. Hell. Hello, Gary, Chris, and X-Ray Girl, longtime lurker viewer. Welcome. Congratulations on 1 million subs. Thank you for all the content. Blessings to you and the continued success to your channels. Hail the Fellowship. Hail the Woman 99. Hail the FNT. Hail to you. Thank you.
Hail.
I think Gary hitting $1 million is the perfect time for my first soup. Oh. Thank you. We won't be gentle. After listening to James Lindsay on Joe Rogan, I'm starting to believe that the decline of Disney and many other ESG-based corps is completely intentional. Congrats and go fuck yourself. There's a part where there's something intentional going on.
Yeah, I put in the private chat. This is the book I was thinking of. Just came out.
There's something intentional going on, and that's why. Hey, James Lindsay retweeted me on this. And I said, hey, to all the political pundits who have ignored and dismissed nerds who have been telling you that your games, your comics, your movies, your TV shows have been filled with propaganda and dismissed that, we fucking told you so.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. James Lindsay quote tweeted me, make Marvel male again. He
did? That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's
Duke
cool.
Devil 95 on the Streamlab side for $25. Didn't get a chance to tip Az for Gary's 1 million subscribers yesterday. Congrats to Gary for besting the musical Miscreant. Finalized all my Vegas plans. Oh, good. RSVP for Wednesday and for Film Threat. Hope to chat with Gore about the great Star Wars on Trial, which was great. Hell.
By the way, we're doing our Film Threat night. I'll put it in the private chat. Maybe you can share it. X-Ray Girl.
Yeah.
It's for our event. There's still slots, and we're doing a really killer Blu-ray giveaway. It might be the movie Dick Shark. Dick Shark.
Shark?
What's that about?
It's from a filmmaker. I'm working on a new project. But the meetup, the title of this meetup, the official Film Threat CinemaCon VIP Vegas meetup for A-listers only. Obviously, I'm joking when it comes to that. Everyone is welcome. And I think we're about halfway booked. But yeah, please RSVP to that. Link will be somewhere. X-Ray Girl.
Put it in the
chat
description.
And description.
Yeah. Or chat or whatever. But just like, yeah, so I know this filmmaker, Bill Zabub. He and I are talking, working on a project, and he is a terrible filmmaker. I don't know that he's ever made a good movie. He's made over 100 feature films, and I'm getting like a couple hundred Blu-rays to give away of a movie called Dick Shark. It's awful. I'm sorry to say, but
here, share this. Like Jeremy's already this was already in my head, but this is great. Hang on.
What is it?
Share this, X-Ray Girl. Make sure to watch your messages there.
Oh my God.
All the
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my God. That head is perfect for that body. That is a square head. That is like
yeah.
Oh my God, no neck.
all the angles.
Wow.
Oh my God. I gotta retweet that. Oh, that's great. Okay, back to Super Chats. Yes, Chris event Tuesday, Vegas, just around the corner. Can't wait. Oh my God, I can't wait.
So excited.
I'm so
Why
excited.
not?
Gonna do a little road trip in. Dedius for $19.99. Congrats on 1 million subs. Thank you. I saw an ad from Disney on LinkedIn yesterday bashing pelts and urging people to vote for Bob Iger. They are desperate. Yeah, they're worried. I think they'll still win, but they are worried. And that's why I think it's more important than ever to maybe just give them what they want. Don't interrupt your opponent while they're self-destructing. It's okay to point and laugh, though.
Yes.
FilmIndustryWatch.org on the Streamlabs side for $20. Says you're missing the source of all the pain, Sundance and the film festival circuit. It's all nepotism and gender politics, never about merit. Check out websites for many articles about it. Oh, Chris has covered this extensively.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been covering that. And I knew this about Sundance because I've been going to Sundance since the 90s, and I always thought that everyone was Kevin Smith. Everyone was like Kevin Smith in terms of at Sundance, like a guy who sold his comic collection, charged up his credit cards to make a little indie movie called Clerks. Come to find out in my naivete of the time that it's mostly the sons and daughters of the incredibly wealthy elites who become directors, because I would ask one simple question every time I would interview a filmmaker. How did you get the money to make this movie? And I would get this BS answer about like, funding and whatever. It's like, cause they just got, it's art welfare from the rich. And it's a lot of,
and it doesn't matter anymore. And it doesn't matter anymore. It's like, it's completely irrelevant. But to finish super chat, it says filmindustrywatch.com, filmindustrywatch.com. Please visit us. Yeah. I said the same about independent comics. There was the Alternative Press Expo. That's where a lot of that shit came from. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. Thing is, those are irrelevant because those idiots are now working in the main industry. So, who have now made the main industry irrelevant. Anthony Johnson for $50. But should I open a retro arcade in my small town? Or is it just going to get hijacked by SJWs? Do I want to invest the money to serve this community? I would. I don't think a small business isn't going to get taken over by SJWs. It's just going to be retro arcade games. If you make it a bar, I would definitely make it a bar. Those do well. Just want to, it depends on your finances, what kind of a lease you're going to get. Can you buy the building? Because I'd always say buy the building over having a landlord. And that way you could sublease rooms or whatever. But yeah, that sounds fun. Piece of utter destruction for $4.99. Any chances gamer Gary plays one of the Batman Arkham games? Congratulations on 1 million. There's a chance. I'm gonna try what is it? Helldivers? I almost said Devil Divers. Helldivers.
Yeah, it's such a
I just
fun
got
name.
Helldivers, Gary. Helldivers 2.
Oh my god.
Helldivers
We should
2?
play together.
I just got it.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna suck.
Geezer Gaming. When are we doing it? Geezer Gaming.
Soon. I got to get it through this week, man. I'm going to be taking a week off of streaming, except for FNT. Soon.
Maybe after Geezer Gaming, like after Vegas, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's just too much going on.
My social battery is just gone right now. Okay? It's so hard. No, I'm going to take a week off. I don't know when. I think it's my son's graduating high school. So we're going on a little road trip. It's great and it's sad. It's super sad. So Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $9.99. Hey, favorite Gary, very happy for you. Thanks. Favorite Blue-Eyed Scorpio. Crypto Kev for $5. Congrats on winning the bet, Grandpa Gary. Chris, X-Ray Girl, and the Fellowship. Hail. Honeylock for €10 says Dan created the greatest intro ever and only suffered the gay for it. Oh, and the million, but that's not important. No. Japanese Demon Lord Abir Lucifer for $5 says the greatness of X-Ray Girl is that she's a new fan but doesn't want to change the fandom for the or the fans. All hail X-Ray Girl, simp. We honor your presence.
Thank you.
She's the right type of new fan, the curious one.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Jay Summer for $9.99. I don't care about Star Wars anymore. I just don't. Read the books as a kid. There were way more enjoyable than the films that there are today. If you're looking for a good sci-fi, give Red Rising a shot. That's almost like what I thought the Acolyte was based on that poster.
Oh, no.
Brother Malachi for $20. On previous question, Lucas is a foolish man. He may still have lots of money, but his heirs will inherit a ton of stocks, in quote, in a dead company or one bought out by someone else because the present plan is not working. I agree. I don't think he's just not dialed in anymore. He sold Star Wars 12 years ago. I think he's been just kind of chilling and living his life. Son of the Red Fox for $5. The teaser poster for the Acolyte confirms that the Force is female because I think that red trail is period blood. Yes. Congrats on 400. X-Ray Girl #1. Simp. But that's okay. She'll take it. Spizak Esquire for $13.99 Canadian. Congrats, Gary and Nerdrotic team. Hi to Frank. Hi, Frank.
Hey.
Nick XH for 10 British pounds. Congrats for 1 million, Gary. Thank you. Thank you very much. Been listening to you and Chris since seeing you both on the open bar over a year ago. Oh, thanks, Drinker. Love what your work is, and keep fighting the good fight in the culture war. Cheers. We will. Not giving up. Gone too far at this point. Having too much fun. Because they're losing. Because they're fucking losing. Aaron Pipes for $10. Having explicit scissoring in the Acolyte might be an improvement. I agree. It depends, though. It depends. The Grizzly for $10. The effects of those CG Warhammer animations are better than this. Heck, I bet they'll prove to be better scripted than this series when it plops out on the Disney Plus toilet streaming service. I agree. As a matter of fact, I went to a mall here in San Antonio. And it's a dying mall. And they had a toy show. And you know what it's filled with, Chris? Fucking anime shops.
Oh.
Warhammer gaming bars, remote control cars, racetracks. There's 2 shops. It's like a nerd shop. It's like a nerd mall. That's what it is. Yeah, there's the occasional like normal mall thing in there, but it's filled with anime toys, like fucking crazy. I thought it was kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's got a big empty Sears. It's got a Sears there that's just fucking empty.
Sears.
Good old Sears. Bill Durkin for $10. The ham radio hobby doesn't have these stupid morons. Because it requires some brains. You have to pass a test to be a member. Passing the test, gatekeeping, 73. There you go. Is that your age? 73? Youngster. Matthew Cooper for $10. Speaking of unintentional prescience,
I think.
V for Vendetta. I've got it. I said it at the time, but they got it completely right, except for the political direction the authoritarian dictatorship would come from. Yeah, they said it was basically all the hippies thought it would be the Christians taking over in some authoritarian, what is it? What type of government? Theocracy? It's theocracy.
Theocracy, yeah.
Yeah, it's just turned into a woke theocracy. David Smart for $10. Hey, Gary, congrats on 1 million subscribers. And I wanted to ask, what's your favorite DVD that you own? And I'm thinking of becoming a YouTuber. And if so, I hope I could be half as great as The Fellowship. Oh, that's nice. Fellowship is great. Fellowship is 100% great. If you're half as great, that's still awesome. My favorite Blu-ray DVD, I don't know if I have a favorite. Lord of the Rings trilogy in 4K. It's pretty fucking awesome. It's a great transfer too. Jason Lane for $10. Wokeness is like arsenic. Sorry.
Arsenic.
Arsenic. I was choking. Worse with every exposure. Thank you for taking my doses so my family doesn't have to. I've dodged so much trash because you didn't. It can be fun. You know, it's Mystery Science Theater 3000, just with a notebook. You know, you're just watching something shitty. You write your notes. You make some jokes. You laugh. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. But yes, there is so much shit out there. And X-Men 97, not shit, but not good. It's very 5 out of 10. Slick556 for $10 heard a rumor that John De La Rose is claiming credit for Gamergate 2.0, and he's claiming credit for Sad Puppies and selling Sad Puppy merch. Thoughts on Battletech and CGL drama. Battletech drama, go to Razor Fist. He just did an interview on his channel about it. He knows better. I don't know if John De La Rose said that. We all know Dan Vass started Gamergate 2.0. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah,
that's just a fact.
100%.
It was Dan Vask. But John De La Rose has talked about Sad Puppies when a lot of people haven't. And that's a fucking rabbit hole. That's basically Gamergate. See, Gamergate never died. Like the customer movement part of it evolved and turned into many other things. And that's what's happening with the culture war. So it never died. The faces that were attributed to it with the YouTubers and stuff, most of them fell off. Not all. Again,
some got married.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Anita Sarkeesian's
to herself.
I burst out laughing.
But
hilarious.
Medicare's still out there, thank God. Razor Fist out there. Sargon still out there. And look at him. So, but yeah, John De La Rose has definitely talked about the Sad Puppy stuff, which again is a rabbit hole we don't have time to get into, but it's essentially Gamergate, whatever movement you want to talk about that's happened into sci-fi and fantasy writing. Now, I've talked about it in videos with George R. Martin because he fully supported it being completely taken over by activists who then in turn canceled him. At an award show that he made, that he's been a part of since the beginning, like the Worldcon stuff. Thunderstrike for $5. Congrats on 1 million. You deserve it. I found your channel 2 years ago after Obi-Wan, She-Hulk, and Rings of Power finally broke me. The Rings of Power started, I think, the turn of the tide with the fans because the ratio and the comment section, chef's kiss. It was really a clever way to not get your comments deleted with the whole my favorite part thing they were doing, which was fucking brilliant. And now it's continued in everything now. And if you want to look into it, just go back to the original Rings of Power trailer and read the comment section. It's fucking hilarious. Big Raj thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. Anthony Johnson for $20 says thanks for the advice. You guys rock and are great. Listen to you every week. Thank you. By the way, I do own a building. Oh, dude, then do it. Man, those are most of your costs gone. If I ever have another like comic shop, it will be in a building I own. I got lucky in San Francisco. I had a great landlord. I had the fucking greatest landlord ever. Never, ever raised my rent. Never. In 10 years I was there. Wow. And my rent, $1,000 a month.
Oh my God, dude.
$1,000 a month. He was just a sweet old man. He was a old straight hairdresser who in the 50s bought a bunch of buildings in San Francisco and just was old school. And if you were nice to his place and you were good to him, you never fucking raise your rent. He was making enough money. He had enough money to live off the rest of his life. John Toda, may he rest in peace, was a great man. Great man.
Sadly lacking in great men.
Yes.
Frankly.
Bacon head eating for fun for $2. Do you think movies ever get better? I think they do in a different way, but yes. Like they're still putting out good stuff. It's just rare.
I'm optimistic there will be an indie film revolution, more of that, because when you look at the AI technology, and I've had some friends that are experimenting with it, including friends who work in animation that tell me that that industry is going to be different in 5 years. Oh. That's what's going to replace all the animators at Disney.
Yep.
AI.
Well, and X-Men was done in Canada. Wasn't done in America. Jester of Roanoke for $2. Congrats on surviving San Fran. Thank you. And making it to 400 nooners. And the nooners started in San Francisco. That's right.
There you go.
It started as a live stream. I should have told this story in the beginning, but I just wanted to practice solo live streaming. So I just did it at noon. And during that live stream, I'm like, what should we call it? Somebody said the Nooner in the chat. I'm like, that's a good name. Super Mastermind for $5. In this universe, rock stars lose to comic shop owners. I know. What else? Sad. What a sad timeline. PK for 5 British pounds. Greetings from Croatia. Hail. Well done, team Nerdrotic. Thank you, PK. Hope you're doing well over there. Mike Humsels for $5. DEI is a cancer to entertainment, and we can all agree on fook cancer. Yes. The woke mind virus is terminal for entertainment. Terminal. Rodan Harkonnen, 98 for a $1.49 super sticker. Thank you very much. Henry back to play for a $1.99. Congrats, Gary, on 1 million subs. 1 million more. Oh, God. I don't got it. Took 10 years to get here. That's a long time.
Drinker's almost at 2 million, right?
Yeah, he's like days away from 2 million.
Crazy.
Ryan is really close to 300,000. So if you haven't, RK Outpost, my good friend RK Outpost, by the way, Drinker too. But I don't think anybody here is not subscribed to Drinker. But RK Outpost, my good friend Ryan, super close to 300,000. So give him a sub. You'll get 4 succinct videos a day that kind of jump on the news faster than anybody. Alex C9339 for $5. Aren't neocons usually pro-war? Matt never advocates for war and takes more isolationist approach to foreign policy. Mostly yes. And I would agree with that. But I think most of his politics lean towards neocon.
I don't know. He mostly deals with culture issues. Like that's why he made that movie, What is a Woman? I think each of the
big
people
fan of DeSantis. Big fan of DeSantis. DeSantis, who was backed by the neocons.
Right, but I don't think he likes any politicians. Like Frank, I haven't watched him, often. He does not like. I don't know. I just distrust all politicians.
I don't like any of them either.
Yeah,
but
I don't like any of them.
But like that's where we'll agree.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
where
like
we'll agree.
But what do you do? What do we do?
I thought What is a Woman was really good.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to that issue, he is on point.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely. But yeah, we don't agree on everything. We just don't. That's fine. But when you get into to our realm and you dismiss the fans, which I am one of the people he dismisses. You are one of the people he dismisses. That's what I take umbrage with. Not every single take he has, but I see the Daily Wire. You could certainly support them, and that's fine. I am not a daddy government guy in any way, shape, or form. I will just say that the craziness that used to come from the right now comes from the left. And that's why I've been a lifelong independent. Because in the 90s, the Republican Party wasn't really something I wanted to be part of. I didn't want to be part of the Democratic Party either. I wasn't down with any of that shit. And it pretty much, that's the way it was. And it really flipped on its fucking head during Obama. That's when things really flipped on their head. And Wall Street started backing, the Democratic and the Progressive Party. They split off, and they everybody has their extremist wings. And I'm alt middle, and that's where I'm going to stay. I'm not a honk for some party.
Let's popularize that term, the alt middle.
Yeah,
we should do that.
But I am for, we can agree on being for common sense. We can agree on staying the fuck out of fucking foreign wars. You know what? I do like, there's a couple politicians. One's a former politician. One's a current politician. So if you, Ron Paul and Rand Paul. Yeah. Vet Gamers, as I said, Boostifus for $5. I'm offended. There is not enough representation. There is only one token alien in the younglings class. Maybe there's 2.
There was 2, the one that couldn't blink and the one that could.
Right.
Corey Wilson for $5. George standing up for Disney is my last straw. I'm done with all the Star Wars, including prequels and aught. One Piece and Demon Slayer are my Star Wars now. Yeah. And they'll treat you better, Corey. They'll treat you a lot better because the creator's still involved. At least I can't speak for Demon Slayer, but I can speak for One Piece. Magnum Norris for $5. So it's like FNT, bro. I'm Ben Shapiro. K9 Alpha Eyes for $4.99. Nerdrotic. I'm so glad that the woke era is almost ending and that all these activists and Sweet Baby Inc. and Black Girl Gamers are all ending as well. They are. God, they say some crazy shit. Look at in my last, Perry's last video on Nerdrotic Daily. Look at the intro for that. Holy shit.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I gotta check it out.
Snow Dub. What's up, Snow Dub, for $2? Congrats on 1 million, Gary. Much love. Much love to you. Epic guest for $5. 1 million nerds cannot be wrong. That's right.
Hey.
There's so many more. So many more. Opus for $5. Don't believe your eyes. Reality is whatever you imagine it to be. It's all about power and who gets to use it. The woke mantra. Totally.
Oh.
Hail. I've been a Tears Tumblr subscriber to Doctor Who for 4 to 5 years. I've been hammering them about this Walsh absurdity inside their services, LLP.
Oh, Daily Wire, not
Daily
Doctor
Wire.
Who.
Why did I say Doctor Who? I just say Doctor Who. Sorry. I see DW, I see Doctor Who. Daily Wire. They're not all bad. I like some stuff. I'm going to criticize Matt Walsh for his dismissing fans, and I'm not going to back off on that. That's been the biggest problem with the right, and we need the right to balance things out. So we need them to have good takes, not be fucking stupid, and not go over a giant swath of people that could help them and probably be on their side, especially since, quite frankly, most of the country is starting to come down on the side of common sense, be it right or center, and just going, this has gotten fucking ridiculous with this Marxist shit. So it has gotten fucking ridiculous. And no, we don't need to infight, but you know what? It doesn't help when you go, stop playing games. Why don't you ask the sun not to come up? It'll be easier. No, they're part of our culture. Embrace them as part of our culture. And you know what? They're not bad. They're not evil. Just like music wasn't evil. Okay? I listen to some crazy fucking music and on a lot of fucking drugs, and I never wanted to do any of the crazy shit I heard in the music. Crazy shit I did, I came up with all on my own. It wasn't the fucking music. Okay? So it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous argument that makes you sound old and out of touch. And I think people are just fucking tired of the theater of politics. We're fucking tired of it. We want some authenticity. And Matt Walsh don't like this. That's why people like Trump. He's a dick, but nobody cares because he's an honest dick. He tells you what he thinks, and there's a big difference. That's why people initially liked Howard Stern before he turned into a big fraud. He would just fucking say shit. That's all we need.
On that note, it's a weird thing, a weird comparison. I don't even know if it makes sense, but I'm thinking, do I even care if my plumber is an asshole? If my plumber fixes the plumbing, get the plumbing fixed. If you ever met a nice building contractor,
have you met a nice mechanic, like a master tech? They are arrogant fucks, but they're really good at their job. So you want them to fix your car.
Sometimes you need an a-hole to fix.
Yes.
And you need an a-hole because sometimes you really need someone who's an a-hole to put people in their place or to get a thing done, because, I just imagine a lot of things that get created in the world. Not everybody was worried about how nice they are to you or reporting you to HR because you did a thing or yelled or whatever. And no, it was about being focused on the right thing, which is getting the job done in a cost efficient way. And sometimes you need an a-hole to get things done. Otherwise, nothing gets done because you're worried about my feelings. F your feelings. Your feelings don't matter. It doesn't. Doing the thing and the mission matters. Building a plane that will safely transport passengers from one destination to another. That's your focus, not being nice.
And nobody's asking anybody to embrace all the fans or the gamers and kumbaya. Just respect it. Yeah. And if you're going to come out all brash and shit, don't cry about it on Twitter when people clap back at you, especially when you go after fucking gamers. Like, know what you're getting into, okay? Right. Know who you're fucking with. Okay? Jesus. Padishah, Emperor, Shaddam, Carino, is that fourth? I'm going to say fourth. For $10, where the heck is our Babylon 5 discussions, and how dumb is HBO for not releasing the remaster on Blu-ray? They did. They did. There was a Blu-ray remaster that came out at Christmas. Is it not the same one? God, they get so fucking lame when they get to that. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on 4K now that doesn't have 4K Blu-rays, but it's in 4K that they've remastered for streaming, but they're not going to put in physical media, which seems like such a waste of time. I am your age, Gary, and game, and still laugh because Matt Walsh is hilarious. Even when he disses things I like. Let the left get offended and not us Gen Xers. Congrats on 1 million followers. Oh, I'm not offended in any way, shape, or form. I am pointing out a sad truth. That's all. But I think it also, the reason we point this out, Andrew, is it creates a good conversation. Creates a really good conversation. Dude, if I got offended, I wouldn't fucking be sitting in front of a bunch of toys if that shit bothered me in the least bit, which it doesn't. But I think it creates a better conversation about how important culture is. That's why Jeremy was pointing it out. I was pointing it out. But he can continue to talk about it. I'm not telling him not to talk about it. Captain Jeller for $2. So are these the kids that are getting groomed? Oh, for Acolyte, yes. Michael Storm for $5. Congrats on the 1 million subs, dude. Thank you. I've been following you since you were doing Venture Brothers reviews. That's a while ago. Hope you make it to 2 million as well. Cheers. Thank you. Grayski for $1.99. I could beat all of these 110-pound female Jedis by myself. You should have seen that Rebel Moon trailer where that 90-pound girl was beating the fuck out of people who didn't want to shoot their guns. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $4.99. Oh my God, that Star Wars teacher was. That Star Wars teacher was totally ableist against an alien child with reverse blindness. I'm a tweet at the council to cancel them. You should. Jason D for $2. My Lucas bubble popped when I saw Howard the Duck. It's going back. Roy King, 2740 for 15 shekels. Hey, Gary, since you play games right now and thought about playing the Mass Effect game, those are the games who inspired The Expanse. Yes. Slain Hope for $2. The Force is she-male.
Oh, my God. No. Don't get it.
Yes. Darius for $2. Did you see the trailer for Captain America 1943? I have not. Is there a trailer out there? Fan made? Snowbird 2701 for $5. I went to a witch doctor and asked for their pronouns. They said, ooh, ee, oh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. The Paladin Jock for $4.99. Put 10 chicks in it and make them super lame and uber gay. That's what the Acolyte is. Necrophiliac for $4.99. How can we get Disney to say the pro-immigrant words and cross-pollinate Disney with the issues that every voter is furious about? Well, if you go back and watch Secret Invasion, they accidentally became based in that because the Skrulls were a immigration allegory and they refused to assimilate and they wanted to exterminate the earth. Whoopsie. Disu for $5. Hardly anyone's discussing the Acolyte except for the curated shills and blue check marks on Twitter. It's a fabricated engagement rollout, folks. We're talking about it, but, you're right. It's not getting to the Matt Walshes of the world yet. Anakin Sims for $2. Pineapple goes on pizza. Also, do you guys eat ass? No. Well, I can only speak for myself.
Chris hasn't moved, so I am
He's answering his emails. Hang on.
I'll eat you.
I looked up that trailer. I looked up that trailer. The 1943. It looks like it's just a video game that premiered on IGN. 1943 Captain America.
Okay. Slain Hope for $2. Look at me. I'm a Skywalker now. Kate C, aka Snake Plush Kitten for $2. Be honest, anything post Enterprise is Smarmdrek. Yes. Sarah Bourne for $5. I'm going, except for Picard season 3. I'm going to be totally real. I think that if we just might be my childhood taking over again, but I think any ounce of effort to make Cyclops Scott fucking Summers look and act like a lead of the X-Men is worth at least for me to see where it goes. Well, that's fine. And that's good. I'm just saying they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Don't be surprised at all if it goes south. If they hold the line, okay, they did it with a cartoon. Well done. Let's see if they can do it with any of their live action movies and keep, yeah. There's a lot of ways they can go. They can borrow from the book that would underline their current ideology. We'll just say. Bob Burrow for $1.99. Lucas wrote Star Wars Caravan of Courage, 1984. Black shirts for $4.99. Valiant found that George's wife is on JP Morgan Chase board and suspects she's involved in making statements as George's health is in question. George made the statement. Yes, his wife is independently rich as well, meaning they don't need the fucking money. She was already independently rich on her own. Golem Wolf for $4.99. Jeremy Johns, best line about the new Ghostbusters is it should be called Ghostbusters Afterthought. Yeah, that's pretty good. Albert Nada Retro for $2 Canadian pesos. Fall Guy will be woke. Trust me. What do you think, Chris?
Wait, hey, yes. I don't think, look, I've seen 2 trailers for it. The thing is this, I think we've gotten to a point where we've become hypersensitive about this stuff. There's a type of person, the type of person I'm talking about, who sees everything as racist, right? Like crosswalks are racist, showing up on time is racist.
My wife made me a sandwich. Just want to point that out, ladies.
Making sandwiches. I'm so hungry right now. I'm dying.
Oh, that looks so good. It's
it looks so good. I need a sandwich maker, girlfriend. Anyways, yeah. I'm just saying that there's too much of a hypersensitivity. You know what? It's probably fine. And there's some things here and there. So like the type of person that sees everything as racist, and you could look at everything, you could nitpick and like, this is too woke. I feel like calm down. Overall, Fall Guy just looks fun. By the way, just watching this 1943 Captain America trailer, it totally looks like Sweet Baby Gang was involved. It's Black Panther and Captain America 1943, and it's like all the only white person in it is Captain America. Okay. I dropped the link to it in the chat. I don't know, probably something better for FNT. We're wrapping up this show, but Gary,
we're wrapping up.
You should look at it.
I will look at it. I will look at it. Jesus.
Worth an FNT.
We got a ways to go here. Okay, Albert Not a Retro for $2 Canadian pesos. Fall Guy will be woke. Trust me. Okay, Scotty for $4.99. It's rather sad, not just the destruction of movies we grew up on as kids, Gen X here, but the current movie makers and studios don't have any new ideas. Yeah, it's kind of a conspiracy of retards. It really is. Slain Hope for $5. Don't call it a reboot. Call it a regurgitation. That's good. Like eating steak, throwing it up onto a plate and then advertising it as fresher than original. There you go.
Bone Apple Tea Party.
Bone Apple Tea Party. I was going to say Bon Appetit, but it's Bone Apple Tea Party. Congrats on the 1 million, Gary. By the way, $4.99. Thank you. Congrats on the 1 million, Gary. Keep on rocking. Freddie from The Gentleman makes me think of young Gary. Oh, and Leslie H looks like a fist. She looks like a fist. Mike S. Hangout for $4.99. Hey, Gary, did Storm actually lose her powers in the comics? I didn't like that about the episode. A lot of mutants lost their powers in the comics. Yes. Throughout time. Yes. Andrew Clavin is a screenwriter and novelist. You could have him on. Yeah, I like Andrew. I do. Vapor Trails, $4.99. J-Man for $5. It's hard to watch so many of my favorite sci worlds torn to pieces. Star Wars, Star Trek, Halo. Yeah, poor Halo. My only hope is now Henry and Warhammer 40K. We'll see. Top Hulk comic recommendations aside from starting with number 1. Is there a great origin for Hulk jumping on point like Batman Year One? No. Marvel doesn't do that. Marvel keeps its continuity going. If you want to jump in on a good Hulk run, Planet Hulk is great. It's way down the line, though. It's way down the line.
Gary, I'm sorry to tell you, this video game trailer for a game that's coming out in 2025, you're going to hate it. You have to talk about this on FNT. I just finished watching it. You're going to hate it. I put the link in there just for after, yeah.
We could probably watch it like right at the end. Duck Finder, thank you for the $5. But yeah, as far as jumping on point for Hulk, ugh. I would go find, I think it's called, it's the color reprints. It's not essential. What are they called again? Epic or some shit. And I would just, honestly, you don't have to pick up the first one, but I would start around issue like 150s and move up because that's where it gets really fucking good. Up to 200. It's good shit. AP for €5. I love Damsel. I love the part where men were useless and women were bosses. Love what you do. Keep it up. Yeah, I wasn't going to watch Damsel. That was not a sword I was going to fall on. I'm like, nope. Joseph Molina for $5 says, oh, yeah, and thanks for years of some of the best YouTube videos I've ever found. Hell, thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. Deck 97 for $3. Felicitations for the million and more. Thank you. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the save there. Rook Takes Rook for $1.99. Thank you for the super sticker. Film Industry Watch for $5. It's actually filmindustrywatch.org. Okay. Not .com. Filmindustrywatch.org. Thanks. Congrats on 1 million. Thank you. Mad Dog 375 for $5. Tell Dan Vask if he hangs a dead chicken outside his shack on a pole every night, I will get my pack to stop fighting the feral kids so he can sleep. Ouch. Darth Racer 777 for $5. Those Star Wars cinematic. Okay. Cinematics from over a decade ago were better than the Acolyte trailer. I will take your word for it. Terry Razor for $4.99. So when y'all gonna add a disabled, pansexual, Latinx, non-binary, Scientologist, trans activist in the fellowship? I think we already have. We actually have a few of those. Flatus Asphere for $5. Congrats on 1,400,000 neuters. Please stop calling it a man bun. It's a bitch biscuit.
Oh my God.
No real man would ever wear one. Hail 199.
Wow.
The first Evil 100 for £5 Well done getting 1 million subs. I hate what George Lucas did backstabbing us. At least we can still look up to J.R.R. Tolkien and stand by him. Sometimes you live long enough to become the villain to some people. Chris Benoit for $5. Speaking of villains, you don't want to know what happens when I don't get my coffee.
Oh.
Golden Nuggets for £5 Congrats, Gary. And Dark Jar Jar should have happened. It should have. Bovendi. Support from Germany. Hail. Hail Germany. I'm just kidding. Ben Parker, thank you for the $4.99. Enoch Bamon, abuser of Streamlabs for $50. Whoops. Wrong. Oh, man, it's been a while since I did that. Fallout is directed by David Leitch. He co-directed John Wick and directed Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, etc. He also ticks the DEI boxes, but never does the message. Bullet Train has a villain who quotes feminist crap and then gets run over by a van. I watched it. But Fallout, okay, here's what I've heard about Fallout. It's fucking terrible. Right, Chris?
Oh no,
Yeah.
dude. I saw the opening scene. It's on, they just posted the opening scene. It looks really bad. Really bad. So, and I have heard internally from people who are in the know that it's terrible and will only get one season.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen. That's after this, it's done. That's it. So you heard it here first, I guess.
So, oh my God, what?
What?
What? This takes place in 1943?
Wait, dude.
Hang on.
We need to watch this trailer.
We will. I'm just asking you the question. This takes place in 1943. Okay, we'll get to it.
You gotta.
We'll get to it. We gotta do these first. We gotta do these first. We gotta do these first. Yeah. Enoch Bamon, abuser of Streamlabs. I meant Fall Guy. Okay. I was like, what?
Okay.
Big difference. Fall Guy. Fall Guy
looks good from everything I've seen. It looks good.
Looks fine.
Ryan Gosling's pretty based, I think. He's and I don't know, I like Emily Blunt.
Me too.
I mean, it just, it looks fun.
I think it's going to be fine. I think the movie will be fine. We'll see.
Yeah.
There is not a lot of shit. By the way, that is based on the TV show. So it's another property derived from and it'd probably be fine again, but it's just like, there's no fucking original ideas.
With Lee Majors. Yeah. That, and they're doing that. I mean, does anyone who's going to see that movie even remember the Fall Guy show other than you and I? I don't think so.
Sebastian Howard for $5. How was X-Men? Looks terrible. Do you see Godzilla -1? Amazing. I did. I'm waiting for it to come out in 4K. I saw it a couple times.
Me too.
The X-Men was very mid. 97 was very mid to me. Some people will probably go, oh, it's really great. I was just like, It's 2 episodes. We'll find out. We'll find out at the end. Zach Fan 202 for $9.99. Gary, number 1. Show bad Grandpa Mark Hamill how it's done. Go, Gary. Congrats on 1 million subs. Cheers. Bad Grandpa. Huge fan of FNT. Also found Atlantis. Check your email. Says Honest Salesman for $20. Thank you. You did? Ben Parker, $4.99. You guys are saying being an asshole, but what you're really saying is being a dick. Reference these types of people. Speech from Team America. Oh, I know it well. Sometimes there's dicks. Sometimes they're assholes.
Oh, it's a great speech.
It is.
That's a great
Caveman
speech.
Dave. Hail, Chris Gore rant on the drinker stream when it was assumed that he wasn't much of a gamer had me chuckling throughout a long shift. I believe he may have had a few light beers. Much love from Northern Ireland.
I was a pet peeve of mine is when people make assumptions, meaning assumptions about my politics, assumptions about, or try to label me. Now we have a generation of kids that they want to label themselves and tell you their labels over and over. Don't label me. My opinions about a lot of things are nuanced and that's fine. But there was a guy in a stream, I honestly don't know, or maybe and he just was trying to, and I was like, let me go through. And then I went through all my, being involved in, including editor of a video game magazine in the 90s and a gamer but it's not the focus of my life, right? Film is my first love. I love literature and books, and I also love video games and comic books also. You can have many loves in pop culture. When are we watching this trailer, Gary? I want to see
We
your
got some more
face.
super chats. Hang on.
I want to see your face.
Matthew Hammond, you will in a second. I got to eat.
Yeah, okay.
Starving.
Okay.
This thing went way longer than it was supposed to.
That's what she said.
Yes, the 90-minute show is now 2.5 hours.
Well, yeah. Matthew Hammond for $4.99. I just found out that physical media is not safe. They edited out the protagonist Islam and Quran motivations on the Blu-ray of Executive Decision. Oh, fuck.
Whoa.
Can they really do that though? Like,
Yes,
you
they
have
can.
to-
They can do whatever they want if they own it.
You'd have to have an internet connection, I suppose, when it's physical media to have
No,
that
as he's talking
editing.
about editing out like the Blu-ray when they burn it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That would be my guess.
You got to buy old DVDs now.
It's okay to laugh for $5. Did you see NVIDIA unveiled AI-powered Star Wars robots on their GTC 2024 conference? I did not. Oh, shit. The Y-Files.
Hi,
AJ.
Wait, what?
The Y-Files. AJ from the Y-Files, one of the best
What's
channels
up?
on YouTube. For 50. Says, congrats on 1 million, you magnificent bastard. Thank you, my friend.
Cheers. You and Hector.
Hey, are you done with your vacation? I'm bored. You need to make me more content. Entertain me, AJ. Y-Files is fucking awesome. They're blowing up too. Gonna hit 4 million subs soon. Amazing, amazing channel. Thanks, buddy. Mo Zamboni for $10. Hail, took your advice and I'm making content. Oh, good. I've had a YouTube channel, Reluctant Rebel. I like that name. For a month. It's fun. Also, hope you enjoyed my Dan Vask meme on X. 1-800-DANKY even animated it. I did, and it was fucking awesome. Congrats on 1 million. 1-800-DANKY. And you. Keep doing it. Just remember, I hit 1,000 subs after 3 years. It took me 3 years to get to 1,000 subs. My first 3 years. I was happy to get
he
it.
says he's coming back in 2 weeks.
All right. Well, enjoy your vacation, man. I watched the compilations, so there you go. Hail, AJ. Enoch Maman, abuser of Streamlabs for $10. I need to take one of those, AJ.
A vacation. Do you know what those are?
I do. Enoch Maman, abuser of Streamlabs for $10. I like seeing Aaron Rodgers on TMNE last night, but I just wish he would have shut up about video games and talked about Epstein list. Wait. Oh, that was Mark the Cyborg. Sorry, Mark. His leg's better than Aaron Rodgers right now. Just kidding. Bushin' Ryu Cat for $5. Quick emergency reaction to the Alien Romulus trailer. And Gary, please tell me Black Girl Inc. didn't consult on the Rise of Hydra game. Well, we're about to watch, I guess, a couple of trailers. I didn't know. I thought it was later because of
Just one. I don't have time.
No,
I gotta go.
Beetlejuice.
I gotta do my show in 10 minutes.
All right.
15 minutes. I gotta eat.
Rhino Helix for $11.99. Hail, Gary. Congrats on 1 million subs. Thanks for the great commentary, the great community, and especially introducing me to Super Gay Dan Vask. Onwards and upwards, and thank you. All right. Let's pull up Captain America 1943. Chris will go. I'll do Alien Romulus, and I guess Beetlejuice 2 comes out sometime this week. We'll run through this quick. Let's
do
go.
it. I'm just dying to see your face.
This is 1943 Captain America. Okay.
Here we go.
They're combing the streets, searching house to house.
If they arrest you two, they will take you to their headquarters, and you will not return.
I'm more concerned with the 6-foot cat man who's got claws that can cut through vibranium alloy.
Skydance gave us Jar Jar Trek. They also give us Tom Cruise.
By my count, that makes 2 super soldiers loose in Paris.
3, counting you.
And that's 2 too many.
I'll be there before the sun rises. Before the Germans, before that American. The Eye of Force has been found.
Please, just stick to the rooftops. Be careful. Stand beside me.
So wait, pause. So we have 2 ethno-states fighting each other right now. Just want to point that out. Captain America's caught in between 2 ethno-states. Hit play.
It's better if I tackle this one alone.
You may encounter some obstacles.
That won't be a problem. Our cat friend is definitely here too. By the look of things, he's not very far ahead.
The American boy is right on your heels.
Who the hell are you?
If you want to stand, you'll be dead. So what do you want?
Answers.
That's far enough!
Stay out of my way.
Stand aside!
I do not take orders from anyone.
I don't have time for this.
Neither do I.
So,
You think Cap? Wait.
oh my
this-
God!
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Cap is going to be Hydra, or he's going to get involved in Hydra. It looks like he's Cap. I don't know, but also there's two things to point out. One, no gameplay. That's just cinematics. And secondly, this is from the director who did Uncharted 2, which I never played, but I am told everyone disliked.
I just hope we learn the valuable lesson of the dangers of an ethno state.
Yeah, maybe.
Or,
Oh God.
or,
Yeah.
oh, I'm talking about Wakanda, of course. Wakanda
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, superstar. Oh no. Okay, Chris, you got to go to your stream.
Yes, I gotta eat something, and then my stream starts at top of the hour. So join me for Hollywood on the Rocks. Some good stuff we're gonna be talking about, including this funny thing we found called Check Your Privilege, which is a Canadian initiative.
Oh
a
no.
commercial that was played during a hockey game, and it makes no sense. I'll send you the link for your own.
Oh yeah.
Enjoyment, Gary. You have to see that this thing, Czech, of course, just spelled incorrectly, which is the Canadian spelling.
Oh, with a
But
Q?
With a QUE. But check out the video there. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. Me and Alan, Ing the Merciless, and always enjoy spending the nooner with you.
Love you, man.
If you're able, check out the My Name is Bill. I'm going tonight. It's gonna be live Q&A with Shatner, live via satellite. Tickets still available on at the Cinemark in Playa del Vista, I guess. So
Playa del Vista. There is no more of a California name than Playa del Vista.
yeah, I checked the drive. There's no way I'll make it in time, so I'm just gonna watch it. But
There you go.
thank you. I'll be back for the dinner next week. X-Ray Girl, always good to
Love
see
you, brother.
You too.
Thanks, man.
Love you, brother.
Bye,
All right, take care.
Chris.
See you later.
All right, Chris.
Hey.
Break Gore.
Bye. Bye.
All right, let's whoop up this trailer.
Which trailer? Sorry.
The one I just put in the private chat.
Oh, the one. Okay, there we go. Too many links.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of links there.
Okay.
Alien Romulus just dropped. Because what the world needs is another fucking alien movie. Hey, how about having a male lead? I'm just gonna throw it out there. How about an alien movie with a male lead? Do you think we'll get that? Probably not. Hit play. Alvarez. Fede Alvarez. Director of Don't Breathe and Evil Dead.
Run.
Oh, it's another version of Ripley. Wow, that is so original. don't care.
I mean, that thing out of her mouth.
I love Alien. I love Aliens. There's only 2 Alien movies. 2. Alien and Aliens. The rest are a bunch of bad sequels, just like there's only 2 Terminator movies. You know what? There's only 2 Predator movies. I'll take Predator 2. Predator 2 is good. You need to stop. And at least do something fucking different. But just don't let Ridley Scott anywhere near it. Anywhere fucking near it. Yeah, it just looks I mean, I can't say it looks terrible, but not super excited. Fucking A, create something new. Jesus Christ. Please. You want to watch something kind of new? I mean, it's derived from a movie, but at least it's his own thing. Gentlemen. Highly recommend watching The Gentleman on Netflix. Damn good movie. I'm probably going to do a review on it for Nerdrotic Daily this weekend. So I will be doing a review, which requires me, and this is like, Melissa was laughing again because like this morning I'm like, I got to work, babe. And it was watching fucking X-Men. And I got to watch The Gentleman again. But we got more. Is that it? Are we out? I thought I saw
unless you wanted to watch the Sandworm video from Garrett.
Oh, we can save that for FNT. We can save that.
Okay.
Or we can go out on that. Let me read this last super chat. Crypto Kev for $5. Hope you are getting the rest you need, AJ. I love that. Hey, I love I'm getting super chats for AJ here. We hope to see you on Forbidden Frontier one day. Hail Hecklefish. Hail AJ. Hail the Y-Files. Hail the Hecklefish. Hell yeah. Well, get some rest, AJ. You earned it. I know how high the production value of your videos is not easy, and to crank one of those out once a week for so long, it's like, yeah, you need to chill out a little bit. And it makes, the way I do things, X-Ray Girl's very familiar with it. I'll make a video and then I don't bug like my editors for 2 or 3 days. And I pretty much get caught up on whatever's next, what I missed, or I just fucking do nothing. Take these little breaks in between. Keeps the burnout away. Matthew Hammond for $4.99, an alien movie with an alien that has a Neuralink installed where the alien is the good guy. Well, no, what we're finding out through the debate that was going on Twitter with Starship Troopers is the aliens are the good guy, and you're just fighting, and they're just killing the fascists. They're just killing the fascists. All right, we're gonna go out on this. A lot of people have already seen it. I think it's great.
Oh, there's one more super chat. I don't know if you.
I got it. Inakbamon, abuser of Streamlabs for $10. My point is, I'm confident Fall Guy will be fun and not woke. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I trust David Leitch, and Emily Blunt is based. She is, for a Hollywood actress, pretty based. I'd bet Garrett's left nut on that. I would too. I feel free to do that. I agree with you there. He has 8 kids, so he won't miss it if I'm wrong. All right, let's end it with this, because it's, I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's fucking funny.
Good people of Arrakis, it's me, Shai-Hulud, your beloved sandworm of the desert. Many people are saying Paul Atreides, little Paul Atreides. I call him Pesky Paul. He's Al-Mahdi. People are calling him Lisan Al-Gaib. Pesky Paul's calling himself Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib. I'm a little desert mouse, just a humble little desert mouse, and he is very tiny. I saw him. I could crush him easily. Folks, you can't trust Pesky Paul. He's got the Bene Gesserit. Nasty women. Those Bene Gesserit trying to control the outcome of events. He's going around the desert. He's going to the south of the southern border. He's bringing up religious fanatics from the south. He's trying to wage a holy war in the whole universe. Now, the Harkonnens, we don't like the Harkonnens, folks. They're terrible. They're terrible. They gave us a bad deal, but I can get a better deal from the Harkonnens. What can I say? They want our spice. It's the most precious substance in the universe. We're going to get a better deal. We're going to make Arrakis great again. It's going to be an amazing time. We're going to have paradise here in Arrakis, not because of Pesky Paul, but because of your old friend Shai-Hulud.
That is great.
Oh my God.
That is great. Well done. Thanks everyone for tuning in. That was genius. That was. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks to Chris Gore, Matt Walsh. Thanks for bringing up a conversation I think needed to be had. Because I think it's important for people to realize that pop culture is our culture. So I genuinely thank him for getting in there. And if he wants to debate it someday, let's go. Let's do it. Let's debate the importance of it, because I know I'd win. I know I'd win because your opponent has completely taken it over because they know it's important. And now that they're starting to lose, and again, I refer you to the clown who was on right before I was on Piers Morgan, talking about how the culture war is not anything that exists and it's just made up by the right. So they're trying to flip the script on that. So, but I am genuinely glad that people started talking about it, and like who you like, by all means, please. X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
I'm going to play a game this evening and then sip and chill on Poor Choices at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to send you guys to Film Threat after this. So make sure you say hi to Chris and Alan. My dad.
We're going to raid them.
Yeah.
Going to raid your dad, Ing the Merciless.
Yup.
This will be unlisted, but hang on to the link and it'll be re-uploaded on Nerdrotic Live. And who do we have on Friday Night Tights?
This week it's going to be Melanie Mack.
Oh, Melanie Mack and her gamer words. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to be working on a little video.
Mm-hmm.
With it come out in the next couple of days. I think Star Wars is worth talking about one more time, I guess. I didn't think I'd make one Star Wars video this year, much less two. So at least until the Acolyte came out. And boy, does it look bad. It looks really, really bad. So again, thanks to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you. Thanks to all the lurkers out there. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. We will see you next time.